Welcome back to Numbers on the Board.
Numbers on the board, yes.
We here on the day of the NBA Cup Semifinals. Las Vegas got something going on. We not there. We there in spirit. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe. How we feeling today, boys?
I'm feeling good, and if you are in Vegas, turn up for us a little bit. Take a shot for us, each one of us.
Yes.
That's 4 shots to the head, straight for us, just to make us feel like we are part of the experience that you having right now.
And for Mike's shot, it has to be something really, really strong.
And dark. Mike only drinks dark liquor.
Yep.
Better. He drinks Jack on the rocks.
Yeah.
Get some
You
crown
put my
in there.
business all out there. Honestly, I drink whatever, but I do prefer a dark.
Don't ever say I drink whatever.
I mean, like I'm saying, I don't really have no preference. Like,
Right,
I
okay.
don't know, Mike. You may feel like that, but I agree with Darrick and what KB said. Most of the times when we go somewhere, it's either some Crown
Or
some
some
Jack.
Jack. On the rocks, too.
on the rocks.
Like, that's like some old man type stuff. Like, they just drink
you got to
dark.
take it straight to the head.
My granddad, Walt, that's exactly what he drank. For Christmas, we're giving him a bottle of Crown, and it's going to be the
Hey.
best gift he can get.
Hey, I remember our good friend John had a bottle of Crown, and it had to be like his first bottle because he had the bag that it
purple
comes
bag?
in.
Yeah.
It's just like,
That's-
it's cool
that's
for the
classic.
first time you see it, but
Yeah.
after that, it's like,
After
what the
that,
hell?
it become
I
a bag that you just keep changing.
Yes, exactly.
It looked like a marble bag. You remember
It
when you were a
do.
kid, you had marbles and yeah.
That's
what it felt
exactly what it is. I'm not going to lie. A couple times people use that as a marble bag.
Yeah, no,
They
for
probably
sure.
do.
I do want to say to y'all, though, I'm here. I'm alert. But I'm on so much medicine that I am borderline high.
like. Sound like a good episode.
Yesterday, Friday morning, I woke up with a sore throat. I took Penny to the groomer, and I loaded up on so much medicine from Whole Foods, supernatural stuff, and I just been gone off of it. So I'm good, and I'm cleared up. I don't have no sore throat no more, but I'm definitely
It's so crazy
ooh.
because he got a double cup on.
He got double
He
cup
got
with some
tea,
coffee or
double
some
The
tea.
fist.
medicine that they had at Whole Foods, it was like some cough syrup. I was like joking around like this is promethazine.
Was it elderberry?
Yes. Yes.
You know, I
Have you
used to
ever
work
had
at that vitamin
Yes,
shop, so I
yes.
know all about that stuff.
Yes. It was definitely
People used
elderberry.
to, I never done it. That sounds like a drug, damn. But I never had elderberry, but people used to come into the store like it really was the cure of all colds.
Bro,
I've never had it.
I
either.
went from not knowing if I was going to go to the EJ game and not knowing if I was going to come here this morning. I took that stuff at like 9, which was super good to be proactive. I know people who get sick and just be like, I'm gonna wait till I'm literally out for the count to start addressing it. But yeah, I took it all day yesterday, and took some more stuff, and I'm good. I'm just a little stuffed up, but yeah. took
I
a
just
COVID
know my
test.
time coming, man. It's
What?
just no that time of the year to get sick, and I haven't been sick in a long time.
Okay.
Oh, you thought I was talking about that other way?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
It just didn't sound right. I don't like when you
Yeah,
talk
it
like
sound
that.
Nah,
I know
a
my
lot of
time
people
coming.
around me, like my family, like my mom and them were just sick, and it was because a lot of times it's from the kids or whatever. But like,
Absolutely.
I just kind of feel it.
So listen, to beat it, next time you out, load up on the stuff now. Get your elderberry cough syrup or whatever you need now. So then once you start to feel any tingling sensation, you address it, and it won't do nothing. That's how you have a day sickness versus a
That's usually how it
prolonged
starts
week.
too, because
Exactly.
you'll feel like just your throat,
And
kind of
you'll be
like you get a little
"Ah,
dry
I'll
or
see
whatever,
what happens. Yeah.
and you'd be like just a little bit, and only a few hours later you'd be like, damn, I know what's gonna
Yeah.
happen. So
The last time I was sick, it lingered. So I was like, I'm not going this time. I'm not going. But yeah, I'm here. I'm just a little. If I nod out,
it's your, put on for
It
your
wouldn't be the
flu
first
game.
time someone nodded out on set.
Wow.
that is crazy.
That is very crazy.
When you say it like that, it makes it sound like he was on some drugs.
Oh, no.
The funny thing is, when we called him out about it,
he
he
denied.
said, "What? What you mean?"
He said I want to sleep.
"I wasn't asleep." Shout out to Drizzy Drake Jr.
Austin also did it a few weeks back. I don't know if y'all
Oh, yeah,
remember
when
that.
we first started? Yeah.
Hey, he didn't deny his, and his was more so on some.
It was like, let's get to the ad break.
Yes.
Let's
Oh,
get
that's
to the
what it
ad
was.
break.
That's
and
what
we
it
looked
was.
over and he over there leaning and we, oh no. Oh,
And they wouldn't even know that because we
yeah, we edited it out.
out.
Yeah. No harm done. No harm done. Let's drop the mic.
I forgot about that.
Hey, we got to keep having this conversation. It's going to probably be there until something happens, but Just want to ask some of y'all thoughts on the discourse around the NBA ratings being down again. Same thing keeps continuing. I think there's a lot of just like crazy stuff that people say that's not really kind of correlating, but I think there are some like true reasons to why the ratings are down and probably going to stay down for
Can you
a
give
minute.
me examples of both? Some things you don't believe in versus some things you think might be right?
Too many threes. Probably like,
I saw you reply to B Souls.
oh yeah.
He's like, when Steph team, B Souls says something like, man, you can have only 25 3-point attempts in a game. It caps out. Once you reach that, you can't do anymore. Mike posted a picture of Giannis like Steph when his team has 25 threes taken. And it was Giannis driving all aggressive to the basket.
But and I mean that didn't really like inspire this question or anything, but just like I'll give you the opposite side of like maybe a real question and probably just like, and I seen Slightly Biased do a video on this too, and he did a lot of good points. And he was saying basically like NBA doesn't really push that many storylines anymore. A lot of them are basically the same. Like you see a lot of LeBron, you see a lot of Bronny, you see a lot of these top markets. There's a lot more that they could be doing. And I think to add on to that is some of the reasons why I think that just the ratings are down just basically naturally is there's no more replay value in a lot of stuff in the NBA until it really comes down to like pinnacle moments. I think for especially casual fans, even super casual fans, like once you kind of see the Vic game or whatever, like you're not tuning back into game 12 and that basically goes down the line for a lot of these players. There's going to be a lot of people that's tuning in that are like us or just local fans or diehard fans. But for the average, like my dad, he's not tuning in to Wemby to go see that. Like if anything, he can go see a clip on Twitter or see a video on YouTube. I think a lot of it has to go down with just people have the option to, for one, get it from somewhere else. And two, it's just not much replay value to it.
I think that it's easier than ever to follow basketball without watching basketball. And it's not a bad thing, whether it be because of the Sports Centers or the House of Highlights or all of the creators on YouTube and TikTok. You could legitimately have opinions about NBA players and teams without watching a single real second of it.
Not only can you, people do. We know because this is our job and, you know, we're never too big or too arrogant to think that we can't talk to a fan on social media. And when you do, or when you attempt to, we've all ran into the wall of realizing that we're talking to somebody who does not consume basketball, but actually is just getting a bunch of information that's accessible to them.
I don't even think the ratings being lower is that big of a problem, considering they just inked the biggest TV deal in the history of the sport starting next season. Now, if it continues to plummet for the next 20 years or so, that's when we really get into it. But I don't look at the ratings and be like, man, the NBA's failing, because part of our job is really attached to people caring about the NBA. So we look at our own analytics. I look at my own analytics and say my channels are still booming. My channels are still growing. And they wouldn't be growing if people didn't care about the sport. So how do you convert those people to tune into an ESPN game on a Wednesday? I don't really know. But I think that more than ever, the sport is more global than it's ever really been. And I would argue it's way more fans than it's ever really been, even if the individual ratings are down. Because if you compare it to like 2007, the only way you could really watch basketball was tuning into the ESPN game.
That's it.
That's all you had.
That's it.
Yeah.
And nowadays, again, there's other ways to watch these same exact games.
That did not exist for us. Maybe somebody knew
about it.
but like there was a very small percentage of a person who was watching basketball that way.
Yeah.
I mean, I have the same approach to it. Number one, I'm annoyed by the conversation because I feel like that is the new blame to every single thing. This is why the ratings is down. This is why the ratings is down. Somebody slip on a wet spot. They forget
That's facts.
the mop boy forgot to hit that spot. Man, that's why the ratings is down because the mop boys ain't doing what they need to be doing. And so that kind of annoys me. But I'll just be honest, as somebody who's watched basketball for 20 plus years now, I've never looked at a rating. I've never cared about what a rating was. It never was a focal point of a conversation. But I do look at it's just a different era. And I think when we have conversations about the game, whether it's ratings, players, whatever's going on, we do have to accept the fact that we're just in a different time. Like KB said, 2007 that's almost 20 years ago. That's like 2 decades ago, where when I watch basketball, number one, I watched a lot of Bulls games back then because that was my access. I had WGN. I had satellite cable, which gave you ESPN on channel 33. And then you may have a Sunday game on ABC 12 o'clock noon Mavericks versus Lakers, and then the 3 o'clock game, and that was pretty much it. But that was all that he accessed, unless you had somebody who was buying league pass back then, which my parents weren't doing. So
hell no.
Right. So it's
That's more than a couple months of cable right there.
exactly. So I mean, you had to be bought in. There was no Twitter. There was no viral clips. There was no YouTube. In 2007, I was not watching basketball game recaps on YouTube. When I did get introduced to YouTube, it was literally 3-minute mixes of Tracy McGrady scoring on a Eric B. and
Nigga, people want to jump.
Yeah,
It was the highlight.
He's dunking. The same dunk 5 times.
thing,
Slower and slower
3 times
and slower.
in a row.
So
Yeah.
you see a 3-minute video, but it's 5 plays. It's not 3 minutes of him hooping. So, I mean, and yeah.
He's pissed me off, bro.
I love that it's coming back, though. The TikTok era has taken that kind of idea and making it relevant again, which is pretty fun.
But yeah, I think when you consider those things, and then like Mike, you did hit a very good point on it. They don't sell storylines, but I think it's extremely hard for the league to do that because the game is just different. Back then, Iverson was a staple for the Sixers. Kobe was a staple for the Lakers. T-Mac was a staple for the Magic. There is so much player turnaround in our league these days that it is extremely hard to sell that home and to create rivalries and competition and mano-a-mano or different matchups. Kobe LeBron was a real thing. These days, who is that? Who is the boom boom?
It doesn't happen.
It doesn't.
That's
really
why I'm hoping that Shea versus Luka becomes a thing. They got the playoff series and they had the NBA Cup game that was real fun. But I can't even comfortably say that it will. That's just, I don't know, not the nature of basketball anymore.
Yeah, I think the Luka thing is with Devin Booker. That's like the only one I've seen him like that there is real tension there.
But my question to you with that, does a casual NBA fan know that, and do they care? That if they do get a nasty televised game that is Suns versus Mavericks, are they the ones to be like, yep,
if they
it's
know,
time to get up?
They only know off the memes they seen of like Luka is
looking up at him.
Yeah, that's probably the only thing that they know for a casual. And that, but again, is that enough for them to click in and to watch a game? And I don't know if it is. I also think the way that the fandom is in today's game, where it's like we really love. And I don't want to put it out there like people don't love basketball today, but it's just a different type of viewing experience. I don't remember watching basketball and consuming it and being like in a rush to go back to school to like diminish people. It was more so like, I'm team Kobe, you team LeBron. We're going to talk highly of our side. But now you'll go open your app and people will watch some shit to tear down certain things or to be against something. And it's like you almost hate watching is what they call it, right?
I see it all the time. It'll be a stat line of a player that didn't perform well, and somebody will say, my best hate watch ever. Like,
I don't remember.
Crazy, bro.
And it's been a long time, but I just don't remember being in Burr Ridge and we're at the lunch table on the bus and that is the conversation. Like, man, I was hate watching the Hawks, man. Shout out to Joe Johnson for that stinker. I don't remember ever being like that. You had people we loved, and you had like a battle because somebody else loved somebody else, but it was never like I'm tuning in and fingers crossed that Kevin Durant is terrible tonight.
Two things for me that probably, for me as a viewer that would probably I could see being a little distasteful to someone new. One thing is the reviewing the fouls sometimes is a little overdone. Like we was looking at the game the other night, Draymond Green grabbed, who did he wrap up?
Shingun.
He wrapped up Shingun. Good hard foul, and then they take the time to go review it to see if it's a flagrant. And
in real time, you can see that there's no flagrant.
Yeah.
And it's around the shoulders.
To give them some credit,
them up.
that one
Didn't last long.
Did not last long.
Yeah, no.
But that's how I think you should approach it.
Yes.
They have to do their job because they miss so much. It's so much going on, and one time they watch, it's 3 or 4 refs watching 10 players. I don't mind it, but I mind. What game was we watching? Again, we was all there for this part where it was super long.
I don't remember.
It's happened a few times, so that's probably why we can't remember. But it was one that was like super long.
People are gonna tune out at some point. They're gonna get annoyed with all these damn long ass reviews just for you to come there and be like, nothing happened. Like, I think I know it's hard for them in real time to see it, but like sometimes when we're watching, we're like, that was not something worth going to review.
I also think that they pick and choose what they want
to go review.
No, not even that. The fans, they pick and choose what's good and what's bad. Like we had the grinded out game. That is that game, the Warriors versus Rockets, where it was 91-90. That is the closest you're gonna get to the prime era of basketball. But nobody's making tweets like this is the one. We finally did it. It's on national TV. It's 90-91, a defensive-oriented game where the defense is what won in the ref. The defense is what won this game of basketball. Yes. Nobody cared. They waited until the next day and be like, "Yep, the Bulls and the Hornets set the record for most missed three-pointers in the game." What happened to the game I love? But just last night on national TV, you got exactly the product that you've been hoping for, and nobody cared.
Yeah. Nobody wants to be satisfied. We might be in the era where, like, and I see this on all fronts, so I don't want to just tie it to our game, but I, like, even musically, like, nobody wants to be satisfied. You will get on social media, and there is, like, accounts that just got to find something to be unhappy about. Mm-hmm. Like, that's some people personality on Twitter. Is like, what can I be mad about today?
I also think that
McDonald's is bringing back the snack wrap. Why?
The McRib is back, right?
McRib is back.
I found that out because of the dude that did the thing in New York.
What thing in New York?
When the CEO got killed.
That's how did you find out? Because
he got caught in McDonald's.
He did, but
there was a sign. There's a sign at the McDonald's. It's like, the McRib is back.
The dude who called that in isn't getting paid. Y'all know that, right?
Oh, I haven't kept up with the story.
They bogus, yeah.
Because of the technicality, he didn't call the hotline. He called 911. So they're saying since you didn't call the hotline, we're not obligated to pay you.
I say bet.
America.
I say bet. Bet.
What you finna do? That sounds dangerous.
No, if you say that to them, they definitely just gonna arrest you.
Now. Yeah,
you might have to get arrested.
Sometimes all you gotta do is play a man and bet. Oh, that's what we on? All right.
Don't worry, I'm gonna catch you.
No.
Now you incriminated yourself.
Yeah, now that's kind of a threat.
All you gotta say is bet.
Yeah, bet. I got you. Say less.
Can I at least hit him with the what time you off?
No.
You're gonna go to jail.
Yeah, all you gotta do is say bet.
You're not making it out of
bet.
You're not making it nowhere. Actually,
bet. I got you. Because now they can't. They don't know how you saying that. You could be saying that in the bet. Okay, I understand. I got you. Or you could be saying that in the bet. I got you.
The last thing I want to say on my question, because it's a great question, is I also think the content revolving around the NBA is not nearly as cool and as inclusive as it used to be. Where now it really is talking head debate shows, and that's really all you get. Where like in the 90s and the early 2000s, Amar Rashad had NBA Inside Stuff, and that was the greatest show of all time because I can learn that Larry Johnson has 17 snakes that he owns. Mm-hmm. Now we also in the player empowerment move where every player has their own production company, their own podcast and stuff, so maybe it's a little bit tougher to make some content like that, but it really is when you go on TV, it's like debates. And it's not necessarily shining a light on some of the smaller teams, which I think you do the whole thing when you go into the smaller markets and highlight some of the players. That's nothing but positive for the league. Because if Brandon Miller does become Paul George 2.0, but we was talking about how cool of a situation it is in his year 1, year 2 season, then you've used 5 years to build him up to the point like now he is a superstar and he's going to have a signature shoe, he's going to sell, and people care about the Hornets.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen anymore.
But that's why my favorite time of the year for us is when we do the NBA Combine and we're able to have some of the first conversations with these young guys because not to toot our own horns, but we've seen it the last 2 or 3 years. Guys come into our room stiff as hell with this wall up, and then before we even start the interview, just us saying, hey, bro, you can chill. You can relax. This ain't that. It's a, because it's not like the talking head. Let's trip you up. Let's try to get you to say something controversial. And again, that goes back to kind of in the realm of hate watching where you're exactly right. The talking head stuff is cool when it's authentic and real and genuine, but a lot of times you watch things and it feels like they're trying to get something out of it that has this purpose of going far, which, negativity does sell. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? We saw when that Jay-Z stuff first came out, Jay-Z was trending worldwide. The accuser backtracked yesterday, and I get on Twitter, and Jay-Z is not trending at all. And it's just like that's because the thrill of seeing some drama for people on social media is not there. So it's like, it ain't that big of a deal unless it's the negative part of it. So I think it's the same way in the NBA.
And this younger generation, the debate shows is really all they really know. Like when you turned on ESPN when they were a kid, that's what they saw. When they turned on this, and then now it has pushed them to feel like, oh, I need to have a positive or negative opinion about everything. And because of that, I need my opinion to be right. I need to hate watch Bron because I need to prove that MJ is the GOAT. So when Bron does have the terrible game at age 39, boom, we got him. We fucking got him.
The unhappy generation.
And that's why
It's an anxious generation.
that's true, which I don't think they have control over that because of the social media just instantly makes it
We'll find out soon.
instant gratification. And
Can I see that cover?
That's a good plug. Right?
Yeah, matter of fact, let's remind me where I was at. But when we do our book club, let's make sure we try to communicate with some authors because if we're gonna be giving you promo and hyping up your sales.
Well, this is #1 New York Times bestseller either
But
way.
it's gonna go higher. And every
They
book
put that on every book.
they
No,
do.
Hey, real shit.
They put that on every book.
I was at
90
Barnes & Noble yesterday. Like,
Yeah.
everybody got.
I
We could
was-
probably put together a fucking book. Again.
Hey,
What is that? What do you
I
have
think
to do
you just
in
have
order
to sell
get
a
that on
certain.
there?
I think you just have to sell a certain amount of copies. Because I was at the
real shit. I've thought about it because I want to write a book, and I said to myself, if I write a book, it could probably get there just off of
So
we have
this-
such a fan base.
I got it.
The pre-sale is gonna do it.
To become a New York Times bestseller, you need to sell a significant number of books within the first week, typically 5,000 to 10,000 copies.
Yeah, it's not crazy because
That's low key.
last time I was at Barnes & Noble, I was like, why the hell do all these books say that? And I looked it up, and it's like, yeah, you just have to sell a certain amount of number, which
wonder if
makes
they
a lot
count,
of more
like,
sense.
pre-orders too. So if
They
I say
have
I'm
to.
dropping a book in 3 weeks and
They
you
have-
pre-order leading up to those 3
I
weeks,
guarantee they
it has
do.
to be in
I
there.
guarantee because why
That would be
they,
a part of the sales.
Why would they do a pre-order?
Yeah.
They do the pre-order to give that window, and then you get that plus the actual first.
I was in a,
week or a month.
I was in a meeting with a talent agency because I'm switching agents, and one of the things they say is like, we got to get you to write a book. And I was like, give me 10 years. I feel like I don't know anything yet. I need more life experience in this industry to.
Why can't you write? You can write a book on anything you want.
Yeah, they were like, I said that, and they were like, you got a daughter, right? I'm like, yeah. Why not write a kid's book? I mean, maybe.
Shout out to Go Hayes.
You
and
think
my
Like, what
mom.
kind
Uh,
of kids book
you
would you
think-
write? Just like like one of those rhyming ones?
I ain't even thought about it. Something that would sell 5,000, 10,000 copies. How about that?
I've said my book title on our podcast years ago on Through the Wire. I'm never saying it again though, because the title was A1. But
Is it a basketball book?
no,
See, I wouldn't write a basketball book either.
no, it's not a basketball book at all. That's two things that I want to do in the next 5 to 10 years. I want to write a book. I definitely want to get my M's, but I want to write a book, and I want to do a rap course. I want to teach like a rap course. You know how you can go to like Harvard to have certain courses or.
Oh,
certain-
okay. I thought you meant
Not
like, you're
that
going to be teaching
Are
people.
you gonna have, like,
No.
no.
But I feel like a lot of our generation, they like miss out on certain things because they just don't know. You know what I mean? Like my dad and my mom put me on certain things. Some kids really just don't know. You might grow up in a house where that's not the thing. Like he loves old Wayne. A lot of kids see Wayne today and they look at Wayne today. But it's like, I want to have a course that's like, hey,
My
you see a
favorite thing-
different Wayne than we saw.
Yeah, my favorite thing in my stream is like when I'm playing, or there's a classic kind of playing,
Mm-hmm.
and somebody hits the song request, and it's like,
What is this?
yeah, like how
Yeah.
you don't know this song? Like this song was nothing but played during like 2010,
Mhm.
2000, something like that, and just like they weren't around for that time, or that should not the time period that they were in, they was listening to some other shit, or they just weren't there at that time.
One last thing on the ratings.
Mhm.
You know what I really miss? Like, remember when shoes was a big deal? Why it feels like shoes don't mean shit.
That's because everybody's new sneaker comes out every 3 months. So it's like Bron has his 22 out, and it's like, oh, those are kind of cool. 23
Before you even
drop.
get those,
Yeah,
you-
23
yeah.
just dropped. You're like, God damn.
But like because they redropped the KDs and they just dropped some Kobe's that I got, the Kobe 9s. It's like, man, I remember like some of these shoes were monumental, like the KD, PB&Js, the Galaxy, the
Dude,
All-Star ones. They
I
don't
was
really
gonna
have
say,
it like
also,
that
do
no
you
more.
feel like you don't see him as much too, just because we're not in school?
yeah, I was thinking that we maybe outgrown that part of it. And maybe to some kids, the new LaMelo drop is super
Yeah.
important.
You know what I'm saying?
Like it was for us when, some new
I
Kobe
feel like
dropped.
that, but then it's also like I'm going to 2 of my brother's games
True.
a week,
Mhm.
and I'm seeing student body in the crowds. I'm seeing his actual teammates before and after the game, and they're walking out. Like EJ came out of the locker room yesterday wearing Balenciagas. Seriously, And it's just like,
Yeah.
it's just, I'm so glad that we lived in a time we did because my mom was not buying me no Balenciaga.
0% chance.
Yeah, no chance.
You're going
Not
to get
at
these
all.
$60 shell-toe Adidas. You're going to rock them for a whole year.
Yeah, and they be doing all type of stuff. You know what I mean? They be trading shoes and doing all type, being as creative as they can. But it's just, again, like, man.
What are kids hooping in nowadays? Because I remember one of his tourneys like 4 years ago, everybody had on Kyrie's. It was a SpongeBob collab. It was this and that. Obviously, Kyrie has moved over to Anta, so they're not dropping Kyrie's no
But
more.
people still, I still see Kyrie's.
I'm sure
the Nike one.
Kobe's.
Kobe is the number one. I told my dad at like 2 games ago, Kobe shoe is like the only shoe that looks like it can rival Jordan. That Kobe shoe is like, especially the 6s with the
I was gonna say,
Grinches,
is it just
reverse
the
Grinches.
Yeah.
But those Kobe shoes, the Bruce Lees, like I see so many Kobe's. It's ridiculous. James Harden.
Okay.
James Harden I be seeing. LaMelo's I used to see, don't see as much.
It's because you're going to.
His shoes kind of look the same though.
Yeah.
They just be like different colors.
But
But
also, I
they
feel like
bulky.
the target demo for that are kid kids.
You gotta go to
And you're
AAU
going to high
tournament.
schools and stuff like that.
But one thing I don't see at all no more is like when we was in high school or we was in younger, you'll get a retro Jordan. I don't see retro Jordans being hooped in at all. Like that, I think that's just like
Good, though.
Straight
discontinued.
fashion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they don't make them to hoop no more.
Right.
But
Yeah.
still, even in my era, you'll go to a game and a dude would have on
Somebody some 12.
yeah,
Yeah.
something. Like
Some
I
11s.
don't see that at all no more. Like at all. I don't know the last time I've seen a retro Jordan. Even in the NBA game.
Mm-hmm.
Who was the last player y'all like?
No.
Not that long ago, DeRozan, Rudy Gay, Nick Young, they used to hoop in
PJ
Jordan.
You
Tucker.
see
PJ
him,
Tucker,
LaMarcus
you see him on the
Aldridge.
football field now.
LaMarcus.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the cleats.
Yeah, they use them as cleats now.
Speaking
Which
of
they
cleats,
do be looking clean though.
Chicago just got a real one, man. Cal Tucker, welcome to the city. You on the wrong side, but
Yeah, it is what it is. But
welcome to the city.
we'll give you some love. Oh, and maybe we'll see Madas bring back Reebok.
Yeah,
He was
him
dipped
and
down to
Andrew Reese,
Reebok
right?
at the game. And Jarice, yep.
A Reebok is supposed to they supposed to revamp in 2025.
There we
Something
go.
like that.
Yeah.
So
They got the athlete.
not
Darrick,
2025, I think it's 2026.
who is Millsman's
Well,
of the
no,
week?
225 because they got Madas. He has to wear something.
Oh, true.
The sneakers that he hoop in are kind of cool. They may
The
not.
black and metallic ones?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they are. He got a green pair too.
For me, it's someone I think deserves a lot of praise for the season he's having. It's Tyler Herro.
Yes.
I think Tyler Herro has really silenced a lot of doubters. I was one of them. I can admit that openly. I did not think Tyler Herro.
I did not know this about you.
Well, I didn't. I thought he was a good basketball player. I
Uh-huh.
didn't know Tyler Herro had another jump.
Oh, okay.
To where like he's looking at an all-star level type guard. I
Yes.
thought he would just be a steady scorer who can get in and
Me
he's
too,
a
I guess.
solid playmaker here and there. But like he's looking like he could be like a real lead guard for a team. And I think he's giving Miami everything that they deserve, that they need. And he's literally their best player playing next to Bam and Jimmy. Like that's not something that I could have predicted coming into the season that he would be the one that stands out amongst everybody else.
How old is he?
24.8.
Yeah.
So he's still below 25.
Yeah.
My question is when you say he could be a lead guard for somebody, in what context? That's always, and I'm not doubting. I'm not. 'Cause
Yeah.
I know people take things and they hear
From
them.
what I've seen from
I'm
him,
just curious to like.
I think in any context, whether he's the number 2, well, not. Let me change that. Is he going to be your number 1 that probably leads you to a championship team? No, but I think he could still be a good, serviceable lead guard for a team.
So what's the most successful team he could be on and be this? What
Be
does
the-
that team
be the
look
one?
like?
Probably similar to this.
This team ain't good.
Yeah, but they're
Like
like
that, like
They're
that.
like a competent little playoff team.
Right. So I'm saying, is this the best version of a team he can
No,
be on?
no, I think he could
that
probably
he can
be,
play this role. What does he look like on a championship team? Is what I'm asking.
He's probably just like a good 20 to 22 point scorer, giving you like the same amount of playmaking. Like that's, I think his role definitely drops because like he's not going to be able to have the ball in his hands at a high rate, especially late in games. But I do think he could still lead your offense throughout the game and like
On a
would-
championship team?
yeah,
Okay.
especially when your star's out. I think he could definitely be that guard that still gives you that consistent flow of offense, even if your star is like a LeBron James type
So
of
if
guy.
they traded Austin Reeves for him, the Lakers get significantly better?
Yeah,
I
I
me and
think
Mike
so.
have went at it for years when they was talking about
Now,
Austin Reeves
yes.
better than Tyler
When
Herro.
y'all was having that conversation, no.
It still was Tyler Herro.
It still was
It's
Tyler
always
Herro.
been Tyler
Yeah,
Herro.
it's not even.
Yeah.
In my personal opinion.
And
Yeah,
I'm-
but I
I'm
didn't
in
think it would
agreement.
be like a definite like this now the way Tyler Herro's playing, it would be like, whoa, that team is much better.
They're much better, but maybe not. We're still probably not a champion level.
Yeah, they're
team.
not yet. That's all I was asking is like, and I still don't feel like you answered it, but when players have these type of starts to a year, or is this who they are? Is this a nice season for them?
I think he's probably, and I'm just kind of answering with D Mills, but I say at most he's probably your second, maybe even like a 2B on a championship team.
Yeah.
And I think we've seen a little bit last year when he played against the Celtics. And it was honestly basically just him.
My favorite version of Tyler Herro.
And
You got that
he kind of
triple-double.
just had to ride it out against
Was
this.
it a triple?
He just kind of had to rock it out
maybe
against the Celtics, and he had some like good moments and
He did.
good games. Obviously, it wasn't the prettiest because the
Oh,
Celtics
for sure.
Yeah,
But
he was
it's
dealing with
like,
Drew Holiday and
he's
Pierre
definitely
White.
somebody that can lead a team. I just wouldn't put him as no number one.
And that's why I was so impressive,
Yeah.
because we know what comes with that.
Yeah.
You're down Jimmy Butler. You're going against the best team in the NBA.
Best.
But thank you. But you still stepped up, being walking in that light.
And that one game that they did win was in Boston.
Yeah, and he did a very good job of balancing,
Playmaking and
facilitating and
scoring.
And it's a very hard job to do
Yes.
against the best team in the NBA in a series where they can zoom in and key on you.
You want to hear something crazy about Tyler Herro's game so far?
Let's hear it.
Last year, he attempted 329 3-pointers. Full season, 82 games.
So he's already did
well,
what?
not 82. I'm sorry, 42 games, because remember, he missed a ton of the season. So far, as of this season, he has attempted 219, and that's 20 games in. So his shot profile has completely flipped on his head. My major criticism about Tyler over the last couple of years is he took a couple more mid-ranges than I would have liked, even though it was a good shot. But he had always been a 38 to 40% three-point shooter. So if we take a few of those mid-rangers and get that foot off the line and turn them to threes, he would take a jump. And I feel like that's part of what he's doing right now. I also think he looks way more fluid as a playmaker
Yes, he
with
does.
the ball in his hands this year. So I love him as your Mills man to the week, because I do believe that if the All-Star game was today, he would be one of the guards in there. It's a lot of guards out east. So maybe it's a wild card push more than anything, but he is a guy that would be on my ballot.
Yeah, because the guard spot is going to be a little tough, depending on LaMelo's situation. If LaMelo comes back, you got the two in Cleveland. I think both of those guys are going to make it. And then now it's just like, who else is going to get in?
You got
I think Dame
Brunson.
is probably going to
Jalen Brunson, Trae Young, even though he's not
Trae
very
Young.
offensively efficient as far as scoring, he's still Trae
I
Young
like
and
this
looking
version.
good.
I love this version.
Trae
of
Young
that
has
we're getting
been
this
amazing.
season too.
Same.
Like everybody's talking about his efficiency, but if you're watching the games, Trae Young is like impacting winning without actually putting the ball in the basket at a high rate.
Scary thing is he might eventually start hitting that
Yes,
shot.
but what's crazy is that he still hits big shots in the like he's so steady, and I think this is the best team that we've seen around him.
So actually, let's talk about that. So they had the NBA Cup game. They played against New York Knicks in Madison Square Garden. Trae
Great
Young
game, by the way.
has a great third quarter.
Yes.
And by the end of it, he's rolling dice in the middle of Madison Square Garden. They win, and now today
That was some of the most cold-blooded
bit.
shit I've seen.
Yes.
in Vegas, they go against the Bucks to go to the NBA Cup championship.
I just want to throw it back to that Hawks Knicks game
you
real
throwing
quick.
it back.
Dyson Daniels put on a show defensively, obviously holding Jalen Brunson to the game that he had. That was a big part of the big reason, and just contributing to that defensive effort. Like, that was a grinded out game. It took a lot for the Hawks to kind of pull that out, and it just the total change in culture for the Hawks in terms of all offense to we're gonna play both sides of the ball.
Yeah, I think in that third quarter we saw, for them to withstand what Cat did to them in that first half. Cat was dogging in the first half. He flipped the switch. He had 3 blocks in that first half too.
2 steals.
He was going crazy, and then they came out in that third quarter, and they looked they looked poised. They didn't look like a young team that was rattled playing in the garden, and a lot of that was because Trae Young is so damn calm and poised. He's never too rattled, and everybody just kind of followed suit with him.
I think Dyson Daniels is the same way too.
Yeah.
He has the same composure, whether they up 20, down 20. You know what I'm gonna say about the Hawks. Jalen Johnson is the best running mate that you could give Trae. Well, Dyson Daniels is too.
Yeah.
I mean, they both
got the perfect
complement.
mode right now.
They both complement.
Zachary Richardson, as he continues to develop, looks like he'll be another great guy to have on the wings.
Clint Capella is
DeAndre
still-
Hunter been a different
Every
model.
time I see him, I think of your ass. Because you
Hunter-
always used to get him
Yes.
in the league in that
Hunter's
Lakers
been one of my
jersey.
favorite
He
players
a
to watch
champion
this
in my
season.
league.
Was he the Mills Man of the Week last week?
Yeah.
There you go. And he's still hooping. 24 in this game, 1 singular rebound, no other stats, just straight buckets.
Hey, that's literally how he's transformed this game. Well, he's just a bucket getter now.
Would you trade him?
I think we had this conversation last week, didn't we?
It's tough, man.
Because they should be buyers. But
Yeah.
when you think about guys to acquire, he has a significant amount of salary to make money match.
It just
So if like
depends
the
on
Jimmy Butler sweepstakes, if you wanted to throw your hat in there because you have nothing else to do but to
lose,
try
yeah.
to win, you probably have to throw him in. I'm just curious. Just throwing shit out there.
Only way I would do that is if I got some form of commitment from Jimmy to resign, and also the money he would want. I would also have to gauge that because I got guys I got to pay too. I got Dyson Daniels, Jalen Johnson. These are guys that I plan on locking in for the future. So that money he want,
What about Cam Johnson?
yeah, I would trade for Cam Johnson. They damn near the same.
I was gonna say DeAndre Hunter damn near might be shooting better than him the last couple of weeks.
I like Cam
I
Johnson.
think Cam has
but
more consistency throughout his
Yeah.
career to make you feel like what he's doing right now is
Yeah.
going to translate for a couple more seasons.
He be on that flow too a little bit more.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
damn sure.
Yeah.
So even if their stats might be similar, I just trust Cam way more than I trust DeAndre Hunter. This kind of feel like a high streak for Hunter, while Cam has just been doing it.
Yeah, he's
But
just
they probably think that Zachary Ricochet
is the
could be
future.
Cam. Like
That would be at that point. Yeah, it would kind of be a lot of wings. Well, they have a lot of wings now too. So
Yeah, but I think that's the superpower with him.
Yep.
Yeah,
it
And they're
is.
all interchangeable in that respect. And you do a really good job of not allowing teams to pick on Trae Young because they got so many dudes that are able to fight over screens or do a switch out after switch out, which
Yeah.
happened a ton in that Knicks game. And that's one
But
of the
he
reasons
also was just
Dyson
giving
Daniels
way
is great.
more effort on the defensive
Yeah,
side.
he really
is,
Like
yeah.
he is so locked in.
Yeah, one of the things I said in my show is that like Trae Young has taken leaps defensively over the last 2 seasons, but he's still a worse defender on the court.
Yeah, yeah.
And when you're the
Yeah.
worst defender, you get picked on. But the Atlanta Hawks don't allow him to get picked on. I think that's one of the coolest things about
AJ
the defensive
Redick
system.
gave him a nod on that too. He's like, the effort is there. He's always going to be small.
Yeah.
He's always going to get picked on.
JJ
He's
Redick,
always
no, he
gonna-
was that guy when
Yes.
he played. He was the get picked on guy.
But it's like, just the effort level stands out
Yes,
a lot.
facts. Especially when you're making multiple closeout attempts and you chasing and you closing out on shooters and when you weren't even in a position to get there. That right there just holds value to me as if I was a coach. Just
Yeah.
effort.
He still do be standing at half court though.
But it's allowing teams to go 4-on-4.
I seen
I
him.
guess.
I see him moving around a little bit in that Knicks game though. I was like, okay.
I've just opened my mind up a little bit more
For
to
that 4-on-4.
because another big criticism of Trae was that like when he doesn't have the ball, he's just kind of standing around. But now when you like really, really look at it, he's sitting at the hash. His ass still getting face guarded as if he
Yeah.
get hit from that spot, which he can. So it really is like, okay, we trust Jalen, we trust Dyson to create for themselves, the others, and now 4-on-4 just makes a lot of sense.
So we should do that in pro-am.
No. Nobody's guarding pro-am players from the hash like that.
Shit, I get face guarded.
I ain't even thought about
Oh yeah,
pro-am. in a
instead of,
while.
it's not the face guard that have court. It's the we gonna press you with the 2 players the whole
Yes.
94 feet the whole
so
game.
y'all could then now that's crazy because then y'all can play 4-on-3. But I have teammates that still try to dribble it up. But yeah, I like what the Hawks are doing, man. I like what the Hawks are doing. I think they should stay at it.
Could they be one of the most dangerous teams to play come playoff time?
That's always hard for me to say because it's a different light in 7 games.
Yeah.
And it would right now it would be Boston.
Well, yeah.
Give me
that-
Boston.
Different light in 7 games, man.
I think if they were to, let's say, for instance, if they somehow matched up against a team like the Knicks, the Heat, not the Heat too.
As a Knicks fan,
Bucks.
I know it ain't gonna be no surprise, but I'm not gonna lose sleep over a Hawks matchup. I would prefer that versus like I don't want
Right now, you would play the Heat.
I don't want to.
Who's more dangerous to you?
I'd
the
rather
Atlanta?
play the Heat.
The Heat.
yeah,
Yeah, right now.
I probably
yeah.
would rather play the Heat
My
than the
biggest
Hawks.
thing is stay away from the Pacers because I don't give a damn what nobody's saying. They're still at any time can flip and be the Pacers. I just have
Yesterday they did that. I was watching
You
that
know?
game impressed.
but it was against the
the
76ers.
76ers.
Oh,
It
yeah.
don't matter.
Who were healthy for about 2.5
And then
quarters.
Joel Embiid.
but
yeah.
and I don't want to play. I don't want the Magic to slip.
Ricky
yeah.
Council.
And I
Shout
don't
out to
wanna play
Ricky
them.
Council too.
No.
I mean,
He missed
Matter
the free
of
throws
fact-
in a row though.
let it be known.
Yeah.
Take the smoke against anybody. But, if I had to pick, give me the Miami Heat. Let the Chicago Bulls make a little playoff push.
Trust me, they won't.
Right now, they're the ninth seed.
Yeah.
They'll play the Pacers for that play-in spot.
And Pacers gonna dog walk their ass. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Depends on what version of Tyrese you get.
it's going to be at home. They'd have home court advantage.
That is true. So you would get
A 30-11 game.
And if Benedict Mathurin know how to knock sinuses out, yeah, man.
Yeah, that's,
you good. No,
I really hope.
real
I
talk.
hope Joel's okay, bro.
Me too, because as a person who has allergies and has deal with like sinus infections and different things like that, when I read that title, it kind of made me like, ugh.
Yeah, I can imagine having a sinus fracture.
I've never even heard of that.
No,
he'll put on a mask. He'll be all right.
Because
You know what was
didn't he
crazy?
also have the orbital?
Yes, he did.
He had the orbital fracture too.
Derrick Rose had that too.
Yeah.
You know what was crazy? So last week, obviously, some of the Bulls came to EJ's game. One of them was Torrey Craig.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of days later, it said Torrey Craig had an allergic reaction.
Yeah, he didn't
And
play
I was
last
like,
night because
what
he
if
had the hives.
what if he got that from? Because they had like a bunch of kids all in their little space, and I'm like, I told them, I'm like, y'all like the '96 Bulls in here. Can't believe y'all got this much clout.
Somebody quoted that said Torrey Craig out itchy. It's like the reason.
I can imagine missing a game. For
Yeah, I gotta make sure I wash my hands.
He wasn't really gonna play either way.
I know.
Patrick Williams came back last night, so
Yeah.
now our forward rotation is
That's not the craziest thing that I heard somebody missed a game for.
for sure.
What's the craziest thing?
The craziest thing is really I can't get out of my driveway,
That was-
and I live
yeah.
on top of a hill.
That was crazy. And,
That's the
and
craziest
the
thing.
Portland Trailblazers said, that's so much bullshit, we sending people to you.
Yes,
And he
Didn't
still
work.
didn't get
They
there.
said
Get
we
out.
could have get him out, coach. He was being for real.
Nah, he was telling them, I don't want to
they
speculate.
talk about sending helicopters.
I don't want to speculate. But he was probably like, no, don't do that. Y'all going to mess up the driveway. I'm telling you, the only way you can do it is scraping it. And it's going to be too much to scrape it. Don't pour no hot water because then it's going to break through.
Well, he's also the dude who had an excuse to why he had a rough start to the season because he didn't have a mattress.
That
But-
was wild.
That-
Hey, man. Hey, man, that was wild.
That man said he didn't have a mattress for the first few months of the season.
That was wild.
There's no way a dude making $30 million a year
Don't have a match.
can't get a mattress.
Yeah, that is wild.
That doesn't even make
I
sense.
could have got him one.
Yes, he had a house. He had a house in Philly, and he could have had someone go get his mattress.
Yes.
It was at Icy Hill.
He got enough money to pay somebody to break it in for him and everything.
You know how many mattresses he could have bought?
Too many.
Yes.
Too
There's
many.
no way there's not a
He
mattress
could
store
have bought the
in
best
Portland.
mattress pie.
There's mattress firms everywhere.
Everywhere. Too many, actually.
Yeah.
So shout out to the Hawks again. They play again against the Milwaukee Bucks. Let's go to the next
Who
game.
y'all got?
In this one,
I'm taking the Hawks.
I'm taking the Hawks.
I was leaning toward just because the Bucks they struggle to defend guards.
They played against each other last week, 2 weeks
Oh,
ago.
my goodness, Derrick.
But
got
I'm gonna
dominated.
probably go Milwaukee.
Okay.
I'll split it. I'll go Milwaukee.
He
as
was
well.
going to take all day just to say what we know he was going to say.
Right. We knew who you riding with.
But hey, it's hard to when them young boys want that 500,000. It's hard to,
They lost to some young boys last year.
What would
They
you
did.
do if
They
Damon
did.
if Damon had won and he sent you half? Like, here you go, big fella, for all the love.
I'll be like, thank you, appreciate you.
That's the
Salute.
best you got. Salute.
Salute.
What Darvin Ham
Go
say?
hard
Go
on
hard.
Go hard on them
Thank you for
boys.
going hard on them dudes.
Hell no. Hell no. All right. We got to talk about the second NBA Cup game. But before we do that, we need to hear a word from our sponsor.
Why should you bet with Caesars Sportsbook? 2 words, Caesars Rewards. Every bet brings you closer to the type of benefits only Caesars can offer. Hotel stays, VIP experiences, sports and concert tickets, and more. It's not just an app, it's an empire.
I referenced it a little bit earlier. We had a 91-90 game where the Rockets beat the Golden State Warriors to punch their ticket to Vegas. And on the other side of that, we had the OKC Thunder beat the Mavericks 118-104 to punch their ticket to Vegas. How are we feeling about this
I had people
matchup?
tweeting me after this. Like, remember when you said Luka was in a different world compared to Shea? I'm like,
Yeah, what was I didn't understand the dialogue
oh
just
my
because Luka had a
goodness,
bet.
bro.
It was like the
When
whole
I
internet flipped on him. It
And
was
when
a
I
bad
say
game.
stuff like that, it's not a dig.
no,
It's just what it is. It don't mean that Shea it won't ever catch up. It don't mean he can't never get better. It ain't that I hate Shea. I just speak on what it is. That's all. But anyway, this matchup is gonna be nice. I'm more excited for this matchup than the Bucks versus Hawks for whatever reason. I love the way that the Houston Rockets play, but I also respect and love the way that the Thunder are constructed. You randomly posted a Lou Dort like picture on Instagram.
Oh yeah, because he be stupidly locked in.
I'm clicking through stories, emails pop up. It's Lou Dort. You know,
Lou Dort's been one of my favorite defenders for the last few years.
Most
now.
of the time, people post pictures. It's like Kobe,
Mhm.
Bron, Shea,
Chris Paul, yeah.
I thought I didn't see the post, but I thought she was gonna say like he did the Spider-Man tweet or whatever, just like with the OKC and Rockets type thing, because they play damn near the same in terms of deflections in your face. We block shots. We gonna get out of run. Like
Houston ain't got a Shea.
yeah, they got Freddie.
That was a
They
different.
got
ain't got a
Freddie.
Shea butter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And they
I
ain't
think
got
this
a
game
Chet, who
has
luckily ain't
potential to
playing.
be similar to that Warriors game where it's a grinded out, low
Mhm.
scoring
It
game.
should
This
be.
is two elite defenses clashing, and I think this is gonna come down to like the last few minutes, similar to that Warriors game. Like
Yeah.
the Warriors game came down to literally Steve Kerr putting Kevin
Kevon
Looney
Looney
back in the
in.
game
Yes.
and not letting Draymond Green guard Şengün, and then Şengün just went straight to the basket layup.
Yeah. And then they call it that foul.
Yes.
Which, hey, in defense to Rockets fans, they don't want to hear shit about a foul
Sure.
or a call. Remember when Kevin Durant's whole body was out of bounds?
oh, he was running on.
So
They needed that one.
When I seen a Rockets fan say that, I was like, "Hey, you right. I'm done. Hey, we ain't saying nothing about the call, man. You got it. You got it."
And I'm being honest here. I'd rather see the Rockets play in Vegas and the way the Warriors look right now.
Yeah,
For
for
sure.
sure.
They're
No,
just a
for
better
sure.
team.
Yeah, for
the
sure.
Warriors need to make whatever trade they're gonna do. They need to go ahead and make it.
Yeah. Jimmy Butler, get ready.
You
And
doing that? What other?
I'll be
option
honest with
have?
I don't want to trade for a 35-year-old descending NBA player
I don't even.
that's looking to make a lot
So
of
you
money.
want Cam Johnson?
I mean, I don't think either of them put them as like, this is the championship level team.
Yeah, it's hard to look at what move they can make.
It just feels like they
potentially-
have to do something.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, they have to do
100%.
something, but also guys have to be available. So like, you just can't just go ahead and force.
No, I definitely don't force anything.
Overpay.
but you
stuff.
have
Unless
to,
you
have
want
to
to
do
revisit that
something.
Larry marketing trade.
You can't. He signed his extension.
You can't.
Oh, yeah, you can't.
And also,
And we don't talk about all disappointment team. Brandin Podziemski was untradeable
Yes,
in a Larry marketing trade. His ass stinks right now.
He's in my starters.
Yes.
Let's just dive into it.
Wait. Let's finish the cup talk.
I'm taking OKC in that match.
Taking OKC.
I'm taking Houston.
I'm taking OKC. But I do think this is going to be one of those 98 to 95.
Well, they just
style
played
games.
against each other 10 days ago, and that was when Fred VanVleet had 38.
Yes.
Remember that bomb of a shot he hit?
Mhm.
It was a real game for sure. I hope we get something like that on national TV. I'm going OKC as well though. Going OKC. All right, all disappointment teams. These are the players that through the first 25-ish games of the season we're looking at and said, brother, you're not living up to the expectations we had for you.
I made mine as an all-star roster.
Okay.
So I did 2 guards, 3 forwards, 2 guards, 3 forwards, 2 wild cards.
Wildcat.
Wildcat.
That's
I'm
an
gonna
elderberry.
just throw it out here. I'm gonna start off right,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna say 2 names that was my wild cards just to get them out of the way,
Sure.
because conversations come with one of them. My first one is Joel Embiid.
Yes.
He
on
has
my
been
list.
extremely hurt, and that's partly is out of his control. So it's nothing against of attack against somebody who I don't think wants to be hurt. But hurt, wanted to be hurt, not wanted to be hurt. I'm still, as a fan, left as disappointed because I looked at the Philadelphia 76ers to be one of those teams to make the Eastern Conference even more unpredictable and exciting at the top. Because when we came into the year, I kept saying, we know the 4. We know it's going to be Boston, Milwaukee, New York, and Philadelphia. And then the next group is going to be the Cavs, Pacers, and the Magic. Who going to drop out? I think the Pacers going to drop out, and it's going to be real interesting. They're going to fight for it. But we got the Cavs to be who they are. And I just look, and I'm like, damn, if the Sixers could have been healthy and a part of that, it would make it a little bit more fun.
The Cavs
So
is, like exceeded expectations.
Yes.
Like by a wide margin.
yeah.
And like the Sixers,
Which is crazy because their expectation was already high. I already looked
Yeah.
at the Cavs as a team that won 48 games with all of those injuries.
Mhm.
And when they was healthy, they won like 50 games. So I came in like, they no doubt 50 win team, and they still are playing at a higher level. But yeah, and then the other guy I think is probably gonna make everybody's list. We've talked about it all year. Tyrese Halliburton. The Pacers are supposed to be one of those teams that's in that mix as well. They haven't been, largely because of him. You can pinpoint to their play style and other things that is a part of the conversation, but I just wanted to put those 2 obvious guys out there for us to just get out
I
of the way.
mean, the Embiid thing, you have to bring up Paul George with him in 2.
He's
like,
on my list as well.
I mean,
Paul George is
He's damn near the captain
He's
of
a
my
starter.
list.
Jump right to him
He's a
because
starter.
part of the reason they brought him in is they said
For these
when
moments?
Joel Embiid is out, you're one of those guys that we believe is amazing, probably one of the best, probably like number 3 options you could probably get in terms of trying to win a game. But we know there's times where you could damn near be a number 1 or number 2. He hasn't really showed that for this team.
His averages are 15.9 points per game, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, and the efficiency is
20-something% from three.
It's bad. I need. It feels disrespectful to even say 41% from the field, 31% from 3, 80% from the free throw line, which is the worst it's been since he was in Indiana.
My biggest thing with Paul
His rookie
George,
season specifically.
is that he looks old.
Yes.
He looks like a aged player.
I want to give a big shout out to the Clippers front office. They weren't budging on giving him that crazy extension that he
And
wanted.
I don't think
We should have known.
And I don't think it's because they thought this was on its way.
Because they did offer him money.
Yeah.
Eventually. They eventually did.
But it's like, yeah, shout out to them for them not doing it. But I don't think it was like, oh, he's going to average 15 points on 41% shooting.
No, but I think they definitely saw the writing on the wall.
They
Definitely
did.
that he was like.
Then why did they pay Kawhi?
I
At the time that
no,
they did,
yeah,
too.
I was confused on why they
So
gave
it's
him
like,
that money too.
you
He's
know?
somebody who hasn't been available for y'all as well, but y'all gave him $50 million.
If they were so progressive thinking, they would not be in the situation with either of them. So that's why it's like, I don't know if they was like, we see something there, or if Paul George was really wanting a lot, which I think really was it. We could give them some credit, though. We'll give them some credit.
Paul George is different than the other two because when Joel Embiid has played,
Yeah.
he's put up 30s. He's been him. And then Halliburton will at least give you a few performances twice out of 4
I
games
think
in a
Paul
week.
George gave us one.
That's it. Maybe. I don't even remember that. Maybe,
No,
let me
he
see
had
that
the one. He had the one.
I know he had the one.
Yeah, he had the one for sure.
And since then,
He might have had the 2, but I know he had the 1.
And
It was like a
last night.
30.
Was that last night or was the night before?
he's got
I think it was last
229
night.
pieces. 229.
So he never
pieces.
hit 30?
He has
I thought
not
he
hit
had a
30 on the
but
season.
one of them 29 ones was real good. Efficient. Was good to see, but yeah, we haven't got it again.
But when it's bad, it's real bad.
Yes.
It's a 9-point game. It's a 12, 11-point game. It's
And because they've been so bad, I ain't gonna act like I've been in tune to every single Sixers game, but the ones that we did see, his ass was on some watch out. Let me go
Yeah, that's exactly what he's on. Like, it's literally times where it's like Tyrese Maxey is being used as a floor spacer.
And that makes me mad, honestly.
If
Like,
I'm Tyrese Maxey, that's pissing me
he's
off
too
too.
good. He's too good to just be standing there and like, yeah, I'll space it for you. Like, no, give Tyrese Maxey the ball and kind of let him create more.
Yeah, the
than-
Charlotte game is when he had the good 29. Well, I mean,
Oh,
the
against
other
him and Brandon.
29 was cool too, but yeah, he had the 29, 10
I'm pretty sure him and
16,
Brandon Miller
6
both
and
had
9.
really good games that day.
That was a good game to see.
probably made Brandon real happy.
Right. But yeah, Paul George is a starter on my all disappointment list for sure. And I think it changes the trajectory of the Sixers that we were excited to see, because I don't know how you pivot out of this if he doesn't get back to that level. Hopefully you just get Embiid healthy, Maxey and him on the floor, and those two can open up a whirlwind of things for PG. But I just feel bad for them because even like you said, it was Paul George for when Embiid get hurt. We also was excited because you had Drummond. So it's like
Yeah.
when he also get hurt, you got Drummond to step in, and Drummond got hurt. So it's just
And
tough.
before he got hurt, he stunk too.
And then Maxey got hurt.
Yeah.
And you couldn't take advantage of
It's
McCain.
it's bad juju
Man.
on a few different teams in basketball right now.
Dyson Daniels, they hold back.
Yeah, that was insane.
I usually don't send y'all stuff because we all have the same shit. But I'm like,
It's
he
been a
ain't
few
hold
times
back.
you put a microphone in front of Dyson, he gonna just talk.
Yeah.
So keep doing
I got another
let's get
guy.
him on a pod.
it. Yeah.
I got another guy that's been disappointing, and not really because he hasn't shot the ball well or played. It's literally because he hasn't played, and that's Kawhi. Going on to the fact that we also don't really know when he's coming back too, and to see how this Clippers team can kind of hoop and how James Harden's been and how just a lot of the role players have been, it would have been amazing just as an NBA fan to see Kawhi Leonard on this team. We just haven't got any of that.
The one thing I will say to that, Mike, is he does want to play.
Yeah.
He doesn't, not want to play. He isn't hurting himself on purpose. He wants to play so bad.
He's damn
You
near.
can-
He damn near in
I know
tears.
exactly what you're talking about.
He was looking confused. Yeah, he's almost in tears, man.
I'll throw one out because of injury. It's Zion.
Zion's
Yeah.
on my list. as
He
well.
wasn't playing good when he was healthy.
He
Talk
wasn't
about
playing the Zion standard for sure.
Yeah.
Well, they curse, so
Yes.
It's some in the
That's-
water.
Somebody said that their arena is built on like a
a graveyard.
cemetery.
Yeah,
Like
something
how
that.
I said the Denver airport is.
I Googled it and couldn't find a legitimate article to say.
You seen
that
it on X, right?
I saw it on in Reddit.
Oh.
So
I don't know.
I don't know if one person made that up and now everybody thinks that, or is it really true? I don't know.
It seemed like that type of thing that somebody just
It's an urban legend.
just said it.
Yeah, I just see it on Twitter.
Yeah.
Pelicans Arena is literally built on top of an old slavery graveyard. Is what
Oh,
they
man.
said.
That's crazy.
I'm not saying it's true. I'm just saying.
Right. Maybe not. We don't. Who knows?
Another guy I have on here is Anfernee Simons for me. For me, I haven't really.
I had Anfernee Simons too.
I haven't seen much of a jump from him. He kind of he's actually regressed as a player in a way. Like I thought last year, first adjustment, playing without Dame, thought he did solid. This year, I just haven't really seen another leap from him that I thought we could get this season. Especially when you're talking about a guy who could score the way he can, and he's also a very good playmaker. He's almost average. He averages 4.5 assists and then almost 3 turnovers. That's just not good for a league guard. I don't want my good point guard to be doing that type of stuff.
I was watching Blazers-Lakers game. The Blazers game was good yesterday, by the way.
Yeah, it was.
But like again, when they played the Lakers, the commentators were talking about the Blazers. It was damn near going into the fourth quarter. He's like, the Blazers only have 10 assists as a team, and they're just like, they not moving that shit at all, bro. And I'm like, yeah, they do got a lot of guys.
Become
the ball can become a little sticky, yeah.
Which is unfortunate because they don't even really have a ball dominant guy either. Because like I don't know how you can even get to that point to where like you don't have assists. Y'all should be playing a fluid, moving offense.
Yeah, he made my disappointment list for the same things, Derek. I feel like this is a key season for him to pump up value for a team like the Lakers to be able to say, man, we can't get him, but man, Anfernee Simons could maybe, be a sneaky or somebody to and I just don't feel like it's that feeling. Somebody would trade for him for sure.
Yeah.
But it ain't like he's at the top.
His value isn't that high.
Yeah, and I was very disappointed because I'm tired of seeing him in Portland. I think that marriage is kind of off, and he's about to have to get paid soon. And I just thought he was going to have one of those seasons where
he come
somebody
out and
was
solidify his value.
Yeah, kind of
even like when he goes to these meetings and he has to have some. He wants a certain number. You got to have the performances to back that number. Right now, you don't really have probably what he's looking for.
Yeah,
another guy. I had another Portland guy. I had Jabari Walker.
Big Portland guy though. He's a big Portland guy. He's the voice of Portland Trailblazer basketball.
At some point, Jabari Walker would have came in. Like last year, I thought he took strides in becoming a good quality role player. This year, he's not really even playing that much.
That's why I'm making my face.
Yeah.
Like what?
I wasn't expecting Jabari Walker.
But there's a reason why he's not playing that much.
They have a log jam all over the damn
I think that's
place.
fair. Derek is saying that if he was as good as he should be, he would play regardless.
Yes.
Over who? I get that.
Chris Murray, maybe?
It's
not like they got
it ain't like Chris Murray playing buku minutes either.
Yeah, but Jabari Walker's only playing like 10 minutes. And last year
and he's getting some DMPs too.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess, but all I'm saying is when I look at that roster and I know what we have to do in trading some of these guys, where does he get 20 minutes? Where do you see? He's not playing over Kamar at all. And I hope you didn't want that.
No.
He's not playing over Jeremy Grant, who just had 34 the other night. He's not going to play small ball center like he did in one of the early years for stretches on this team because they have now Robert Williams, Aiden, and Klingon. I mean, I like Jabari too, and I want to see more from him as well. It ain't to exempt him from anything or any responsibility because you're right. If you are playing the best version, they're going to find some ways. But I just look at the roster, and I'm like, is he that much better than Chris Murray?
Well,
I think last year he was.
Yeah.
So it's like, no, I'm not saying he isn't, but I'm saying is he that much better? Is it whirlwind? I don't think so. So it's
but
like,
I just think last year when you went from playing over almost 24 minutes a game to now this year you're playing 10 minutes a game and getting DMPs. There's definitely a significant drop there the way you lost the trust of the coaches.
I mean,
I also think there's just a little bit more bodies to play.
He's shooting 16% from 3 this season.
I mean, yeah.
He shot 37 last year.
That's right.
I'm sorry. No, he did not. I was looking at. He shot 29.
He didn't shoot 16%.
He shot 29%. So he did drop off at 10+%. I'm not mad at it though, Derek. I mean, I see what both of y'all are saying, but if he was playing at the same level that he was last year, even better, there's no world where Chris would be above him in the rotation. Or even when Donovan Klingon was out, he was getting DMPs then.
Yeah.
And I think that's part of a problem.
just
And remember, he's the voice of the people. He's watching every single second of Portland Trail Blazers
I just know
basketball.
he's not. I'm in the parties with him.
Not every single second.
He's not watching many seconds, if we being honest. I don't know the last time I
last
walked in.
night I was locked in. That
And-
game was
It was a
fun.
good game.
No,
And,
it was super fun.
Derrick is talking
Even
about
though my
the
GOAT-
Blazers.
Wasn't there for it.
Yeah, you got to
Yeah,
watch his
no,
mouth.
It's all right. It's all
But
right. 'cause-
I just looked at the Portland Trail Blazers roster coming into the year. Chris Murray, my boy Jabari.
I mean, Matisse Thybulle don't even play.
Yeah,
Part of that's
I-
because he's injured
But
for
there
most of the
is no
season.
rush.
But
But yeah, I forgot Denny.
was
Delano
low-key
Banton
mad.
is a guy that plays 2-3. Shaedon Sharp plays 2-3 because you got the two guard. I just don't. I looked at some of those guys and was not like expecting too much. Even if they was playing, I really do think if Jabari was playing better than what he is now, I don't think he's still having significant minutes in my opinion. Their priority is going to allow Jeremy Grant to have the games he had last night so he can get traded. Their priority is going to put Denny in position because he's the new acquisition. You still have to develop Shaedon Sharp, who is going to play wing minutes. You have those big. So, I don't. Hey, it's your opinion. So I'm not saying you're wrong with your opinion. I was just surprised to hear Jabari. I didn't even know he was that deep with the Portland.
I had high expectations for him coming in.
No, I did too, especially when they drafted him because I thought he could be a good little. I thought he could be kind of what Tamani Kamara is.
Yeah.
Actually, I thought he's gonna be like an under the radar pickup. A guy for me, Dejounte Murray. I'm a Dejounte Murray fan. He's had injuries like a bunch of the guys we've named or whatnot. I just hate that he has positioned himself to be this guy where it's like, don't trade for Dejounte Murray. Things are just not going
bad
right.
things be happening.
I don't know. And he's also in the 9-10 games he's played, he has not looked like the Dejounte Murray that the Pelicans were expecting to acquire. So that's
Not even
part of it as
close.
well. And like I said, I like Dejounte, and I just expect more as a guy who enjoys watching him play. And there has been conversations over the last few seasons of him being one of those guys that can put up numbers, can have moments, but how much does he influence your team to win basketball games? And so with that being said, I would love to see him turn around the season and kind of get back to being a valuable asset in the eyes of the people.
What are the 2 picks they gave up to get him is my question.
The Pelicans?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Because
off the top of
those
my head.
picks can be looking spicy right now if it's
Yeah, they
self
really
picks.
can.
Because they also had like a Bucks pick from
Yeah,
the
they
Drew Holiday
did.
trade
Yeah.
still. So I don't know if they got, if the Atlanta Hawks got valuable picks, but damn, if they did, that make up for them giving up their own picks to get them.
Yes.
Mhm.
So I ain't mad at that. I'll give one. My homer pick, Patrick Williams. He stunk
I got
this
Patrick
year.
Williams too.
Yeah.
Got his bag. Now, for what it's worth, he missed 10 straight games with an injury the Patrick Williams way. But when he has played, like even yesterday's first game back, so I want to give him some grace. He got into that court and immediately 9-0 run for the Charlotte Hornets.
I thought you
And I
go
was
the
like,
other way.
and it was bad. And I think he shot 0 for 6 from 3 last night, all short. It's just hasn't been great. That's all. This has been
still-
disappointing.
Well, his issue is he still looks like the same rookie version, damn near.
Yeah.
It's
Has
just-
not been much progression.
It's not much of a progression there, but maybe that's just a Chicago thing. Would just these weirdly just guys just don't develop here at the rate that we would expect them to, and then they go to other teams and then they blossom. So
Kobe White was borderline on my list. Not that he's bad. He's
Yeah.
actually having a really good season, but he's not as good as I wanted to see this year.
From
That's
what you
just
saw-
my
yeah.
fandom.
from what you
coming.
saw last year, you expected a little bit more this year coming into the
And he's still a great 3-point shooter.
Yeah.
He's averaging 18. So it's not a bad
Especially
season by any
especially
means.
without
It's not
DeMar,
that
you
jump
thought-
you wanted.
Yes.
No DeMar.
You think that's what Josh
expected a
Giddey
little
though
bit more.
too? Just
I
like
think
he
it's
kind of
just
eats up some of that minutes and
Too
some
many
of that
cooks
ball.
in the kitchen when it comes
Yeah.
to ball handling. The same thing we've been saying since they made the trade.
Yeah.
And it's just coming to light. But it's not a bad season by any means. It's just not the season that I thought. I thought he was going to be a 20-point per game scorer this year.
I think that's a good thing. And if they don't know now by now, then it's kind of crazy. But like, it's not that these players are bad or anything. It's just like maybe we had a little bit more expectations and they're just not getting there.
That's really all this list is.
And not saying they can't even still get there on the season. Honestly, there's probably a lot of people that are just shooting the ball bad, or they're just not really like in their groove yet. And it's a little weird because some people are coming off injuries, or some people have played 20 games and still haven't really got there. But another guy for me is Terry Rozier.
That's on my list.
I don't even know if it's really much to say about Terry. Like, we know what he's supposed to bring to the table with scoring the damn ball, and his numbers just don't look great. And we know he's not defending. We know he's not the best defender. We know he's not being the Terry Rozier they brought him in to be.
Since they brought him off the bench his last couple of weeks, he's been looking better, which is pretty good, but it's still not
Like, I mean, they were in the Dame sweepstakes. They said, no, we don't want Dame. We'll take this lesser player, and that might be enough for us to at least bridge a little bit. It has not been.
Well,
at
Joe
all.
Cronin said he wasn't doing business with the Miami Heat.
Yes, he should.
I forgot. Oh, yeah, because someone with social media. They did something on social media where he was like, I don't really rock with that. He said he's not doing business with them.
Hey, you give me the best package, we could do business. I don't care what you say on social media.
I would agree with that exact sentence.
Another guy I have on my list. This is just because I had expectations for him, but Cam Whitmore.
I have Cam Whitmore on my list, bro.
I was not expecting him to begin DNPs and not really playing as much because, like, he has such a great rookie season. I know Tari Eason tore his ACL last year, so therefore it was a surplus of minutes. So, like, he obviously had the wiggle room to go out there and get the minutes. But I thought he was so good his rookie season that there's no way he's coming into his sophomore season and he's not going to be in a rotation.
Mm-hmm.
And then, boom, he's not in rotation.
Who you playing him over?
No.
He got that problem, and he also just don't really fit what they like to do.
I
over
know.
there.
That's why it's like he's one of those dudes that I think he thrives in a new situation.
I think so too. That's why when I talked about the Jimmy Butler stuff and I see the Houston could be an avenue. It's like, man, give the Miami Heat Cam Whitmore. And not to say he's gonna go over there and play 30 minutes a game, but I just want to see him a part of whatever trade Houston potentially makes so he can, have an opportunity. Because I do like what I see when he has played a little bit for them. But I also, as a Rockets supporter, I don't hold it against them because I look at their roster and I'm like,
there's so many great bodies.
Who am I sitting for him?
Yeah. The way Tari's playing, there's no way in hell.
Yeah.
He's doing his thing in the G League right now.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, he does do his thing. I be seeing
20 points,
stats
shooting 40% from three.
Yeah.
Whether he can score or not has never been the question. He can get himself a bucket.
Oh, for sure.
It's the other stuff. Can he become a positive playmaker? Can he move his puppies enough to get Ime Udoka's trust?
I don't know if he's playmaking. That boy going.
He's trying to get that bucket.
Yo, boy got 30, yo.
Bronny.
Bronny dropped that 30.
Hey, I was watching the
highlights.
I was watching the highlights, and like, I like to just distinguish the buckets. Just like, oh, I got to catch and shoot open three versus like I got the. He was getting some buckets.
He was getting there.
Getting the
Some of them-
mid-range off.
Yeah.
And I saw a report that he's now going to travel on the road with the G League.
I think that was his first game on the road. They was holding him back.
What? Why?
He's a road warrior.
Why did it take them this long?
I think they just saw the backlash.
Let that boy fly on them commercial jets.
Right.
He is okay.
He's just a human.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we all got to sit through it. He probably still getting first class either way.
Yeah. There's no way LeBron don't have him in first class.
Devon's in the group chat. More Bronny talk on the pod.
No, it's no way he don't have himself in first class. He is a millionaire now, multi-millionaire now.
Even before that, I mean, NIL deal was probably pretty nice.
Yeah.
He was FaZe Clan. Come on, man. You know they pay people over there.
What you think your allowance
I
is?
did not know he was part of FaZe Clan.
What you think his
allowance was?
Allowance was growing up.
When your dad has a $500 million, I don't know if you have an allowance, buddy. I just like, Dad,
You just got one of the credit cards
this
on?
Bugatti is calling out for me. Swipe the card, son.
You just got the black
He probably
card.
has like he probably gave like Bronny and Bryce a card with like he just puts money in, and like y'all been overdraft.
It's like he asking for lunch money, bro. I hand him a 10. He said, "Get you some." I'm like, bro, you don't give me $100 out your pocket.
So we all know that you are a millionaire. When you have a kid, what's your whole idea with your kid as far as that? Like the money aspect of being a father when you are a millionaire.
See, it's gonna be tough. I want my kid to still learn the discipline. So he's gonna have to complete his, chore.
You already saying it's a boy when it does happen.
She.
We do need a boy in the friend group, so I'll take that.
She is gonna have to make sure her chores is done, homework is done, just things are kept up to date for that allowance. But I do think allowance is actually it's can benefit a kid a lot.
I thought you was
honestly,
gonna be like Julius.
no, I think it can benefit.
How do
a
y'all
kid.
feel about Shaq's mentality that his money is his money? You ain't getting no money till you get a degree.
Not
don't
mad at
make-
that approach either.
I think that's cap.
Yeah, I don't.
You think
I don't
that's
like that
cap?
approach.
Yeah. You think Shaq don't give his kids some money?
I don't know.
I don't think it's literal.
Yeah.
Well, I still think he's doing fatherly duties with the cash, but as far as it being like fund your account with $5,000 this week, I think that's probably where we're talking. Now, if he's mean like you literally not get nothing, I can't get behind that. But as far as like,
Now, what'd he say, P? I'm not even going to say his name, but he said his dad told him, he said, don't ask me for shit you can't buy yourself. That's crazy.
that is very crazy.
And
But
it's
I
not
bet,
like
I
when
bet
he
Donnie's
grown. That's-
disciplined though.
Yeah,
I bet he got that
is.
discipline from it.
I'm with Mike though. I think allowances are good. It's just about what it is and what it's about.
Yeah. I was getting $7 a week.
For real?
Yep, for taking out the garbage. Garbage
That
you can
ain't
take
bad.
it out.
Man, you only had one chore?
That ain't bad for just taking out the garbage.
I was about to say, that's a come up. Just take out the garbage. I was getting $10 a week.
$10 a week?
I never
I
got
remember I saved up my $7 a week and I bought a PlayStation 2.
Damn.
Yeah, I didn't get an allowance growing.
I didn't get an
Damn,
allowance.
that's what, a
'cause I
year's
ate at
worth of
school every
taking out
day.
the garbage?
So I guess technically that was my allowance. But
Well, yeah, that's how I had to use it. He didn't give me. They didn't give me school money and allowance. It was
Right.
like, here's your $10 for the week.
Damn.
No, my mom would also give me lunch. And sometimes lunch money in the morning. And so sometimes I would be like, I'm not going to get lunch. I'm going to just get the free lunch.
Oh, I forgot you.
So
did
he
that.
ain't gonna get lunch.
He gonna get his lunch one way
So
or
I was
another.
like, I'm gonna save this money with my weekly allowance too.
That's
and then
dude, that's what I did. That's why I only ate a bag of hot flamers for lunch every day
yeah.
for like 2 years of high school,
I'm
so I
glad
could
he cleared it
save
up
that
somehow.
money.
I didn't get
do
lunch.
what with it?
I started dating, so I was like, we want to go to the movies on Friday, so that was
Yeah.
what I used to go.
But yeah,
And now my stomach is fucked up though, so don't do that, kids. Eat a real lunch, please.
But no, I think allowances are good.
Yeah.
I think it's a balance. Everything in life has to have a medium.
Does allowance have inflation now? $10 for when we were in high schools. You
Probably
give a
need
kid
like a
$10
good
now, they
40.
can't really do
I
nothing.
probably need a good 40 more.
Oh shit!
Because like I also think there's also you have to think like how much money would I give a high school kid too?
Mhm.
Like would LeBron trust giving a freshman like Bryce $100,000? Like
$100,000.
like he said here, it's $100K in the bank account.
No.
Like yeah,
No.
that's
No.
as much as he could do that. I'm just
Bro,
saying like you gotta
Some
think.
people never see $100K
I know.
in their
I'm just
lives.
saying.
No.
I'm just saying. I'm
You
just
know,
giving perspective.
I think it's crazy
Like-
when like, and it's not even just NBA kids, but it's like you go through it past a high school and it's like, yeah, we let the kids take the Mercedes Benz 350 whatever to school or whatever. It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, when you drive past some high schools, you'll see some nice shit
Yeah,
pulling
you
out of
will.
there, and it be
I'm
like
like,
little
damn.
16-year-olds driving. I'll be like,
Lamb trucks.
there's no way I'm letting my kid drive my G-Wagon to school.
No, it's not your G wagon. That's their. You bought them that G wagon. That is
At
their
that point,
first
yeah.
car.
That's insane.
He's
That's how it was at
16.
his Del South.
you know, my
Here's the
first car had no heat in it. And I got it during the winter.
I think you also have
John
to
back windows then go down and shit.
you got to know your kids.
Don
too.
had the bumper falling off his car.
So
Hey
you
man,
gotta know your
kids
kid.
these days don't got character. They ain't been through it,
You have to
man.
go through the struggle, man. All right, back to the all disappointment team. The guy I had on my list, I already mentioned earlier at the top of the show, Brandin Podziemski.
Yes.
To be basically untradeable, to now feel like unplayable is a crazy stretch to go in 3 months' time.
Which is, for me personally, when I saw him in his rookie season, when people were saying he was untradeable, I was actually kind of baffled.
Yeah, he was good, but he
I was
windy.
like, yeah, I was like, why is the people's perception of him is that he's this untouchable
Hey,
talent?
they lost Klay Thompson. He was supposed to shoot 10 3-pointers a game.
Yes.
They'd be okay if he didn't get 10 minutes now. That's how bad he has been. And now, like, the Warriors fan base is almost completely turned on him, which is crazy to have it happen. He's like Eric Paschke. Remember Eric Paschke's rookie
Oh,
season?
yeah.
They won 15 games.
Yes.
But he was really good that rookie season. By year number 2, he was getting DMPs.
Yes.
That's how much of a turnaround it has been for Brandin Podziemski when they really need somebody else that can ball
Did he make the
handle.
all-rookie team?
He sure
I'm pretty
did. I
sure
think
he
he was
made the
first
all-rookie team. So, like, I was never that high on him to where I was like, he's untouchable. I
Right.
just never
Untouched was
saw
just
it.
wild to put on
Yeah, I
anybody
just
that's
never
not great.
looked at him and saw he was oozing potential to where he's just untouchable.
He
I
did
just-
draw the most amount of charges in basketball last year, Derek. So don't forget that.
And he
that
was an
adds
exceptional rebounder too.
yes.
Oh.
He led his conference in rebounding last year or 2 years ago. Don't sleep on that. But yeah, he's shooting 24% from 3 on 3 attempts. Again, Steve Kerr said I want him to shoot 10.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Can't help but to put him on that list.
Katavious Caldwell-Pope is someone that's on there for me.
Lock, yeah.
Just because I thought this was a situation where he was coming in where a team needed three-point shooting, and he was, for his career, pretty steadily around that 40% range.
Mm-hmm.
He's just not even there. He's shooting 29% from 3. He's averaging 8 points a game. It's just not.
You know what
He's-
happened, Derek? He started a fucking podcast.
KCP has a podcast?
He sure
We
does.
talked about
Bro,
it on
he's
this
funny.
podcast.
Oh,
No, we talked about it on playback when we found out.
Oh, I did not know he had a podcast.
Yes, he does.
That's
Bless you.
crazy. What is it called?
I'm looking it up right now.
Got that
I'll let
dog
you
in him or
know.
something?
Don't tell me. You're not wrong, but you are at the same time. It's called dog talk.
Dog
yeah.
talk?
Dog talk.
Does he have a co-host? Like, who's his?
He sure does. I'm not familiar
Oh,
with
I
this.
thought it was
with this.
somebody.
See, look at me. Look at me. I'm sorry, y'all.
I thought it was somebody on his team.
Oh, no. But KTP has a podcast.
That's crazy.
I think part of that is just like his offense from last year and just a couple years with the Nuggets. Like he got his shots a lot of different ways and just kind of more so kind of waiting for that three and being a floor spacer. Like he got a lot of action with Jokic and the dribble handoffs and like stuff to get him going.
But I
Like,
thought that
he's
would
not a
come to
vi-
this team and like he would be able to compliment and be able to use some of that he. I know you don't have a draw like Jokic, obviously. A dribble handoff with Franz isn't going to get the same attention as a dribble handoff with Jokic. But still, you should still be able to maneuver some of those actions that you did with Denver.
Yeah.
And just knocking down a shot at a consistent rate just hasn't been there either. That's one thing that has always traveled with him, no matter where he was. So,
damn, KCP flexing in this podcast. He's sitting there with 2 Larry O'Brien trophies right on his desk. That's
crazy.
that's real,
is he
bro.
filming on a laptop?
Maybe.
That looks like a laptop angle.
Let's see.
That looks like when they have
Yeah,
NBA
no
players.
face cam is gonna be that low.
No, yeah, that looks like when they have a NBA player come in and they send them a Zoom link and they join in like that.
KCP, come on the show, man. We would love you. Mike is one of your biggest fans. Helped them win that championship.
I
in
remember I
2020.
seen him in Summer League in the Cox Pavilion too. Remember the arena. But this
Of course, you remember that arena.
What's the other arena attached to a name?
the McCormick,
No.
the
You
Mac,
remember the Cox, but you don't remember Thomas and Mac.
Thomas. I just know the Mac.
Why you remember Cox though?
It's a funny name. But anyways, I seen him, and this is right before like he
The
basically
Miami
signed with
Heat
the
would
Nuggets.
likely prefer to receive win now players and potential trade rather than draft picks. Sorry.
This is after he signed with the Nuggets, and I just wanted to go say congratulate, like good luck. But I never did. But he ended up winning a championship.
Scary
so it's cool.
is.
He was all the way on the other side of the gym.
Scary is. You got legs.
I assume that's the same day that we seen him
He ain't
walking
say
in there
nothing
with that
today?
little shirt.
That shirt.
You remember that?
That
He
white
had
shirt.
he
And I
had
was
his
like,
collared
why is your
shirt, but it was
shit
up all the way like a
up,
villain.
bro?
I did.
Oh man.
He walked. That mean he walked to the hotel, got in the Uber, walked up to the arena, walked through the arena, walked through the crowd with a jacked up shirt.
Damn. Here's another player. Have anybody mentioned Donte DiVincenzo yet?
He's on my
Nah,
list,
nah,
but go
nah,
ahead
nah,
say
nah.
that name.
Donte DiVincenzo. I mean, if you've been watching, he just ain't.
What he was last year.
He ain't Dante.
Not even close. 8 points per game this season so far. Shooting splits of 35, 32%. It's been all around bad offensively. After last season, he had a career year where he was averaging 15. And we were like, Steph Curry really changed his brother's life. He was shooting 40% from 3 on 9 attempts. This year it's 32% on 6 attempts. It's not good.
He be taking those like super deep ones too, and the commentators be like, man, he would have hit that. They would have said Dante's back. It's just like, bro.
His nicknames, the Big Ragu,
Yeah.
The big ragu.
White Chocolate, DDV, Devo,
Devo.
the Michael Jordan of Delaware. I like that one. The Michael Jordan of Delaware.
That's fitting.
But
Another-
Delaware also has Jalen Duren and Bones Highland. So can he
They
beat
ain't
a
the
Michael Jordan?
Jordans.
Yes.
Other guy I got is Keegan Murray. Another
Yeah.
guy that has not been
Keegan.
shooting the ball
You ain't
At
heard
the-
that much this season.
at the level
Yeah.
where we are accustomed to
That's
seeing.
Definitely a fact.
I look and get excited when I see him hit a three now. Like it's like, yeah, we
His
need
mid-range
that.
shot ain't falling either. He just having one of those tough starts to the year, man. Hopefully he can turn it around. He ain't been playing god awful the last few games or whatnot. Just they need him to be that shot maker, get him that different look,
Yeah, didn't he?
especially with a
Was it this
DeRozan.
summer league or was it last summer league? I can't remember which one, but he was like dominant in summer league.
Oh, he
Like,
definitely didn't play in some league this last.
yeah, it was the one before. Like he was like shot creating and everything. It was like, damn,
Yeah.
you don't really see that. no
Best
more.
player on the floor.
Yeah.
I also have oh wow. I think Jamal Murray? Nobody mentioned
He's on-
Jamal Murray yet?
I
Jamal
don't have
Murray's on
Jamal.
here, but
He's looked okay in the last 5 games,
Yeah,
so that's
he
a good thing. But overall, when you get the type of contract that you get to have basically your worst season since your rookie year, not ideal. The team desperately needs him to be an all-star version of himself. He's not even close to that.
Mhm.
So, again, last 5 games look okay. Hopefully this is a stretch that he needs for him to get back to who he's supposed to be. But I'm looking at the season at whole, and he's been disappointing.
no, yeah, it's hard to not have him on there. For me, I think I don't want no one to take it the wrong way. So like this is just more so a realization with myself
man.
that maybe I shouldn't expect
I can't wait to hear this
something
name.
crazy from this player to jump offensively, but it's Bam. Like I
Okay.
think,
Oh yeah, having Bam on the list not bad.
I don't think Bam is bad. I don't want Heat fans. I think Bam is a good basketball. He's all defensive. I think he does do some good things for your offense. But that big offensive leap that a lot of people have been projecting for him just every year it hasn't been there. And like I just think I've come to the realization that maybe Bam is just this elite defender who can do some things offensively for you, but he would never be like a great offensive player for you. That's all.
You can't. Yeah. That's just kind of
Mainly
like the
from a
realization
scoring
at this
aspect.
point.
I think the passing and the playmaking will always be there. He'll always be a solid scorer, but like when you're talking about being aggressive consistently being a big man that can get you buckets easily, I just don't know if he has that level of aggression, especially when you're talking about he was coming into the season, talking about he's going to shoot threes a lot more.
And he has.
He said that a few times these last offseason.
I just know Mike owed me. What did we bet? Was it a jersey for the Bam Adebayo bet, or did we bet real hard on cash?
I don't know, but I feel like somebody gonna sell us.
The question was, will he attempt one a game? Do you remember that? He's attempting 3.
Yeah.
So you might as well give me my award now because that's not,
What
he's
I owe
not about
you?
to drop.
What owe you again?
I think
It'll
we
be
said $12,000, bro.
Oh,
You know what would be crazy
take
if
Monopoly
it does
money?
start to slowly drop.
yeah.
Right, he's attempt 0 for the rest of the season.
My boy Darrick said that like he finna say LeBron.
Yeah, I definitely thought.
Hey,
but
having
anyway,
LeBron on this list wouldn't be a bad thing.
Yeah. Well, the internet is crazy.
don't put
though.
Brown up.
Internet's-
I'm
that
not
man,
putting LeBron.
It's so crazy. LeBron is such a big name that him saying he's stepping away for personal reasons started people going to a rabbit hole that they shouldn't even go into.
Like what?
They're like tying him with that he's dealing with legal stuff that he's tied to Diddy. And I'm just like,
no, I was
put
not
it-
expecting that.
like that's the type of stuff people are saying. on the internet.
I thought
Bro,
you was going
we
into
need,
the
to, we need to get
retirement.
you off the internet.
But no,
brother.
I'm not even like.
I thought you was
I'm
going
not
into the
believing it.
retirement.
I thought he was that, or like he's talking about trading with making a
I
trade
saw that
request or
too.
some shit with
Yeah, I
the
saw that
Warriors.
too.
But like I'm not.
I'm expecting
But I'm not
Diddy.
digging it. I'm not even believing any of that. But I'm just like, that's crazy that people have decided that him stepping away for personal reasons that this is what he's dealing with privately. The internet is insane. People just started just
He
making
say ain't
up
no
stuff.
party like a Diddy party.
Hell no.
Like that's insane.
Oh,
Bro, you hilarious.
That's yeah.
I just knew
Come
you
back
was gonna say
soon, bro.
LeBron's not retiring. We would know. Oh man.
He did say he just wanted to play with his son, and he was able to do that.
Holy shit, bro. I'm
and then
crying.
in between when LeBron left and now, Bronny had his best game ever. Do you think that they just shifted the powers of the name of LeBron James?
Oh,
Thunderstruck.
that might have happened.
There can only be one good basketball player named LeBron James.
Yeah.
And Bron said, Bronny, it's your time. Put the hat on his head, and now Bronny's about to take the Lakers to the championship.
I would like that.
He gonna pull a Devondre Campbell.
Why do I know that name?
That's
Because
the
he
dude
just
that
walked off
That's the dude
on
that
the
just walked
49ers.
off in the third quarter.
Then what's his name do that too?
Vontae
Antonio Brown.
Antonio Brown.
Antonio Brown literally
Antonio-
was
he
jumping
like
up
took
in
his
that
jab.
ass.
Vontae
Jumping.
Davis is the same shit too.
Oh, man.
Retired at halftime.
That's crazy. I just couldn't imagine doing that. What?
Can we have that in the NBA, you think? I don't
Somebody calls you up so bad, like, give me.
Yeah, come on.
I'm done.
You just walk out.
There's too much guaranteed money in this sport for people to retire on the spot.
Yeah, if I barely gonna play and I'm gonna be like an end of the bench, but they still gonna give me $2-3 million.
Todd Gibson is living that life right now.
Yeah, literally got cheered in. He said, "I might as well."
He looked at the coach like when they was cheering Derrick Rose. D Rose
Yeah.
looked at the coach like,
Came out, no accessories.
guess so.
That was actually crazy seeing him play with no accessories.
D Rose came out there naked as hell. I got one more guy. Kind of like Darrick. I ain't gonna give the whole spiel and speech though. Jaden McDaniels. I guess like maybe the offensive jump that I thought was potentially there isn't gonna be there. You know, he's still a really good basketball player. We know what he can do defensively. But over these last few years, I definitely thought there was more offensive production for him to tap into. We just haven't gotten, and that's okay. You know what I mean? He plays with Anthony Edwards. Maybe in the future he'll need to step up some type of way offensively. I think when he does have his moments when he's scoring the basketball and whatnot, it makes them that much better of a team, obviously. But I was really intrigued when he almost shot 40% from three that 1 year, and it was something that seemed like it was there to be built upon. But we just haven't gotten it, and that may just be the reality, like you said about Bam.
Yeah.
D. Millie.
Another guy.
That's it for me though. We know
Yeah,
Kuzma.
Kuzma.
Kuzma was the guy.
Oh,
that was on
Kuzma
there.
was on my list. Yeah.
I'll just throw the
Also,
rest of the
Portland.
couple.
Do not be interested in Kuzma. What are we doing?
What?
Wait,
What happened?
what?
You didn't see the report that the Portland Trail. It was like Portland, Sacramento.
Let's just get all the mid wings in Portland.
Yeah,
That's what they trying to do.
I forgot the exact. But and Portland was one of the teams, and I was just like,
Why?
no, why would y'all be interested in Kuzma? Let's
Get
not
all
be
the
called
mid
the fall for
wings
Kuzma.
and then go and get the midi king, Middleton.
It's just some other random names. Tim Hardaway Jr. I thought he would be like really good for the Pistons this year because they really just needed spacing. It's been the Malik Beasley show, I guess, in terms of like who they really signed and who's been popping up. So Tim Hardaway Jr.
Somebody
made my list.
said there was a thing of Tim Hardaway, the dad dribbling. It's like I can't believe his son can't dribble.
Oh,
yeah, I saw
yeah,
that too.
Bogdan Bogdanovic ain't really been on much this year.
Sure.
Cole Anthony.
Oh man, I didn't think about him, but absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, and again, he kind of fell out the rotation in his heavy guards, but even now when they do need him, he's gonna have to play better. Like he's an offensive. We know what he can do offensively.
Which is crazy because he was so good his first few years of the league.
He was.
Like,
When he put them fucking Timbs on and tried to dunk all his
oh,
powers.
or
away.
is it
bro,
from him
we had
cutting
to
the
wait
hair?
for that too.
I thought that's actually one of my favorite, most
took him
memorable
so long
dunks,
to
bro.
do
Is
the
him putting
dunk,
them
too.
Timbs on.
That was such a bad year. We had the top shot dunk from Jalen Green, who
Oh,
put the
yeah.
chain on with the
Yes.
moment in the chain. Is that the year where Jericho? No, that's not the year. Jericho Sims gave himself a 50, but he wasn't a 50.
Yeah,
Ugh.
that was.
That's not the same year?
I don't think it's the same year because I feel like I watched that one on TV versus being in person.
Oh, right. We might have been.
That might have been the bubble year, or the year after the bubble All Star when it was in Atlanta. I don't know. Hey, we had a trade in the NBA. I mean, well, not officially because they can't do it until tomorrow.
Thomas Bryant
Thomas Bryant is a Pacer tomorrow, man.
for draft picks.
I need
If I knew this was something that could be done where you can make a trade, but
Should have been doing it.
yeah, just why don't we do trades like this more often? Well, we got to wait until the 15th to make it official. But you can fly to Indianapolis if you want to, but you can't suit up until the 16th. Get all
That's
your
a nice
physicals done.
little break you get. Like, you get a couple games off.
His
you get
ass
to
won't play
settle
either
in.
way.
Yeah, he was getting his days off.
To mentally, get to mentally prepare.
Yeah.
He probably would have much rather had his days off.
Because
Like,
it'd be so crazy when it'd be like, this player's got traded, and you see them like, not even damn near 48 hours later, and they're playing in that jersey. They'll be
Dude,
playing in that
bro,
game
in
tonight.
That happens in baseball all the time. People get traded at 9 a.m. By the first pitch at 6, his ass is in the outfield.
Well,
Baseball don't need that much
Yeah.
chemistry as
Did they
basketball.
need
either.
Did
Especially if
Alfred
you're not
Payton
playing
get
outfield,
signed and he played like dinner that same
Yes,
day?
he was in the starting lineup 4 hours later. They say he was just down the street. Come hoop.
Right. The GM went to Target and saw him there.
Like,
What you doing later?
Yeah. You hooping somewhere?
Shit.
He talking about rec league.
He said, Brandon Ingram got to miss another game. We gonna need somebody.
It's some in the water.
You remember when PJ Tucker got traded and the next day he was playing like 40 minutes?
Yes. When that was the Sixers?
No, yeah, when he got traded from the Sixers to the Clippers.
Okay.
And then he fell out the rotation.
He fell out of rotation. He's still out of rotation.
Yes. Still
He's
trying to find a home.
100% getting traded.
Yeah, even if it's just for cap filler, that $11 million could be used.
Yeah. He says he's got a lot of basketball left, so maybe he does.
I hope he
we-
does.
I remember we were supposed to interview PJ Tucker.
Yes, and then the pandemic happened.
Yep.
We supposed to go to Houston for a live show or something, and I remember I was in the parking lot of Portillo's when we got that call
Yeah.
about it being PJ on the show. And he's like, we're gonna talk some sneakers, we're gonna do this, do that. I was like, say less. And then the world shut down like 2 days later.
So unfortunate.
So unfortunate.
I think PJ would have been a great guest, too.
I think
Yeah.
so too. It's not too late, PJ.
Hop on that PJ and get here.
We can talk sneakers, even though I'm not in the game like I used to be.
I'm not in the
Pierre
game.
says some Kobe's dropped. I'm like, for real? They dropped the
But
Kobe's again?
ain't
I
none
had
of
no
us in
idea.
a game like him. He in a whole different game.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
When you book a celebrity, you do have to send them a jet a lot of times. Depending on who they are.
We have
I remember
never
Cardi B posted some of her.
Yeah, I'm not booking.
Cardi B posted the screenshots of her manager sending her the details of her events, and it was like travel. PJ will be provided, or like jet will be there. And I'm like, that sounds so nice.
I'm kind of afraid of private jets.
I wouldn't be.
What do you?
I think that
just
should
'cause
be awesome.
You hear
low-key.
about the turbulence?
No, not even that. I think it's maybe the lack of
It's not as like they're not taking all the precautions
Yes.
as a commercial.
and
air
maybe they
flight.
are, and I'm
Yeah.
just out of the know. But a commercial flight for me feels. If somebody said we want you in Los Angeles tonight, I would much rather fly Delta than get on the private jet.
That's fair enough.
Well,
But again,
do private jets get there faster too?
Oh, I have no idea.
I was just curious. I didn't know
I would
if it was the same.
I would
amount of
assume
time.
you could
I mean,
also
maybe.
take out the minutes where you're waiting on a plane versus a private jet. You're probably finding like a place to land, and there's like they have some type of way for you to
there's
commute
trucks.
over there
Or
like,
like
yeah.
getting in black trucks.
Yes,
right
they
away.
are. Yeah.
versus you kind of walking through the airport.
And you know, you still do have to do some TSA stuff, but you get
Yeah.
put in a hangar as you wait for your PJ. I mean, the worst part about travel is that, right? When you like going through TSA and you get there 2 hours early thinking it was going to be a rush and it wasn't a rush, and now you're just sitting around for that much time. But I'm okay with commercial flights, man.
Lena's going out of town, and like I'm
You doing a little Fifi?
No, she's going somewhere with her friend. And so, like, I'm going to drop her off at the airport. I know I got to, like, pick her up, too. And it's, like, dropping off easy because, like, I can know what time I got to drop you off.
Yeah.
It's hard to plan what time you picking somebody up from the airport.
You gotta go to flighttracker.com.
Yeah, you go to the flight tracker and you just kind of just tell where they at.
Yeah, they just send you the info and you
Yeah.
just check.
I always send Dana the little flight number and she can.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and then usually I'll leave out like when they say about 20 minutes before they landing. That's when I'm leaving because like
They gotta
They gotta
land.
get
they gotta
off.
land and and it's like a whole
Taxi,
process.
Yeah.
I hate when it's a long taxi too, bro. When you get off, when you land and they talking about we're gonna have to sit here for another 30 minutes or so until the
That's-
gate open. That shit
It's
blows
right.
me.
Right.
'Cause I'm like,
Right.
I'm in my city. I'm here. I'm here.
I'd be so frustrated. I'd be like, bro, I'll walk. Just let
yeah.
me go. I could walk. And
What
I'll
city
be
did they
fine.
have us do that in?
What you mean?
Then we had to taxi for a while at LaGuardia.
We got off and we walked.
Oh,
I remember that too. I don't remember
Was
what
that-
city it
that was
I'm
that was
not
at
sure.
Cleveland because we was on that small plane, or was it Toronto? When we got out,
Toronto.
we got out
I
the
think it
plane,
was. Yeah, it
and
was
you walked
Toronto.
outside and then you went in.
Sure was. Yep.
Yeah,
Then you had to go through customs. It was a lot. But
Yeah,
Toronto,
when
we love to be back, man.
when we walked
For
out that
real,
Toronto
for
plane,
real.
it definitely felt like that was a private jet type feeling
Yeah.
because we was on that like little.
The air was
runway.
fresher too.
Yeah.
Something about Canadian weather, Canadian air.
yeah. I can't wait to go back to Toronto.
For real.
I just want to go on some chill, just like
That shit was fun.
just see what it's like.
Did
Some
you do
hotels are
like
really
some
nice.
special McDonald's menu thing when we were in Toronto?
I did try the McDonald's menu,
What was different? Do you remember?
Yeah.
They
had
had
the-
snack wraps.
and they were bigger wraps than ours. They weren't just like your normal little snack wrap.
More than a
actually-
snack.
Hmm?
It was more than a snack.
Yeah,
It was a wrap.
Just a wrap.
no, they food was decent.
I just remember Darrick, because his room wasn't ready, so he was using my room. He came back with his food, and he's filming a video in my hotel room, and I'm just like chilling in the
In the
back.
background here.
Yeah. Try not to interrupt his process. That's a good city to be in, man.
That was so crazy that I hate when that happens. Where like 2 rooms are ready, but the other 2 aren't, or like 1 room is ready.
That's yeah.
Because when you get to a hotel, you just want to relax.
That's
you get
all.
on the
At least
plane
put
for
your
5
bags down.
hours, right? Take a shower. Get like the airplane get me like mucky. I don't know how to
Yeah.
explain. I feel dirty coming off an airplane. I need
No,
to
airplanes
shower.
are definitely dirty as hell.
Yeah.
You just have to. It definitely you have that airport feel to you. You
Yes.
just want to wash
All
it off.
Too
I
many
know-
people you exchange and
It's when we go to
fluids
San
with-
Francisco. I hope we on a plane. They
the
give us that.
Dreamliner.
Oh man.
We would have been on 2 Dreamliners, I think. Were they both to San Francisco?
Yep.
Yeah,
What a great time that was, man.
I don't even think that y'all took advantage.
Hey, bro,
I
on
want
some
to.
very real shit, when we go to All-Star and there's a Dreamliner, upgrade your tickets.
I want to.
It's a once-in-a-lifetime type of
It's a
thing.
life-
Upgrade your tickets, man. You
Don't
get to
even
lay
feel like you're
down.
on a
You got your
flight.
personal screen. You got a privacy thing.
That difference make the flight so different.
100%. 100%.
No, yeah, the way and Pierre looked like he had a nice little breakfast. I remember him posting it.
Yep.
I was like, damn.
Of course you remember that.
That is very crazy.
Not the,
You
not
had a
the,
waffle.
Not the leg covey where I can stretch out because you
He
tall
said
too.
that breakfast
The
you got.
breakfast.
It's a Dreamliner 787 is what they're called. And that first class is magnificent.
I'm bougie. Because I think we went to San Francisco another time and they didn't have it and I was fake blue. I was like, what the hell is this?
It is one of those things that, like, once you do it once, you kind of want to do it
I
every
wish it
single
was
time.
on every flight available.
Yeah.
I would do that shit every time I had a West Coast flight.
That was like the biggest plane I ever been on. Like there was
Yeah.
like,
And you felt no turbulence because it is such a big
yeah,
plane.
it was so smooth.
Yeah.
And like I didn't upgrade to first class, but I had upgraded to like a seat with extra leg room and like it was close. I was literally like 2 rows behind y'all. I just went
Right.
in first class and I was like, these seats are nice.
You
And it was just
you
one
couldn't
person.
you couldn't actually get into the club.
Nah, it
You
was
was-
like
you
one
was right
person
outside
next
of
to me. It was just like a little 2-seater, but it was a lot of space and it was just me and him. And it was like, damn, this is comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah, just give you that time to make you feel like you're in the bed,
They give you the pillow.
the pillow, headphone, blanket. They got all these charging ports,
And a 5-hour
the
flight.
tinted
you know.
window, so the window can be open, but the sun ain't glaring in your face.
You could
Sound
definitely
like you
that's
at
definitely
home.
a plane you can go to sleep on. Comfortable.
Sure, 100%.
Mike with KO.
They got a little thing you can bring your game.
My KO in the back of the planes in the
So
middle.
maybe it's not even
like
worth
this.
him upgrading.
You could bring your game.
Because he's just going to go to sleep.
But the sleep gonna be
Better.
better
The sleep gonna be better.
True.
because you literally can like lay down. I mean, I don't know if y'all can because y'all taller, but like for me, I could
I
literally
was
lay my
laying down.
whole body down.
I can't remember if I laid down like that, but it's always funny seeing Mike when you get on the plane because he's so careless.
He got no headphone, bro. You a crazy
He gonna
ass
have
dude.
he gonna
bro.
have that stickered ass laptop.
I don't got it no more.
He's not joining with the group. So if we in a priority group, you get on first and earlier. Mike was still bored with group 5, so you always in your seat before him and see him walk past, and Mike just be like, "Yeah, raw dogging it." No entertainment, no nothing. Just
Well, that's
Just
because
the
he know he's
airplane
going to go to
noise.
sleep before he take off.
4 hours
But
and a
even then,
half.
I need something to muffle the
start it,
sound
right?
or
You know?
something.
It's that white noise.
I need to feel that vibration of the plane. That's how I be putting me to
You
sleep.
crazy? I can't sleep until we're at cruising altitude.
I can't go to sleep until it start moving.
I've fallen
You
asleep
fall
like
asleep on
twice.
take off.
Takeoff gonna wake me
I
up
start
regardless.
closing my eyes when it start taking off.
I need to low key look out the window during takeoff to make sure everything is good. Everything is cool.
See, I don't want to look out the window because I'm be like, I just don't like heights.
I
I
actually
don't even
enjoy
want to
looking
really
out the
look
window.
at.
Same. My
I
first
don't
flight
like
ever,
looking
I
at
was
the-
scared, but since then it's been cool.
Looking out the window calms me
Same.
when it's a takeoff because you can see.
Only
I
time it
kind of
ever-
like seeing the plane turn,
Yeah.
except for that one flight we had.
I think
Maybe
we're
that was
talking about the
coming
same
from San
flight.
Francisco.
I think we was leaving San Francisco when they took off above the water.
Yeah.
And like it was staying really low.
Yeah.
And like it was like, we're right by the water. Why are we still
We're like 5,000
That
feet
shit was
above the
crazy.
water. I'm like, because this is a red eye too,
Yes.
so I'm waiting to fall asleep, but it never. You know, when you get on a plane,
Yes.
you hear the takeoff, and then eventually once you get to cruising altitude, the engines stop being super
Yeah.
loud. It never happened.
never
We
happened.
just the whole flight. We just. Go,
We had a red eye from LA when we did that Mobile 1, and it was night, rain, turbulence, and I could not go to sleep, bro.
Yeah, that's the. I love a red eye, but if it's one of the ones you can't sleep on, it's not productive.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna get back home and you don't
You're gonna
sleep
be
the whole
tired.
day either way.
Yes.
But man, do I love a red eye. The amount of red eyes I took during that 1 year of called game,
Mm-hmm.
boy, I would be in LA and on a Friday, and I'm like, I gotta be home by Sunday. That Saturday night red eye, you bored at midnight, which is really 2 a.m. Your body is still on 2 a.m.
Right.
So once you get to that cruising altitude, I slept the whole way through until
No,
they
that
get a
makes
ding.
sense. Because when you got to fly and travel by yourself, it'd be like, let's just go.
Yeah.
Yeah, we took a red eye back from San Diego. It wasn't that enjoyable because we had Ivy.
Yeah, I wouldn't
yeah.
do a red eye with a baby because that was like baby version of her. I mean, she's still a baby, but like
Yeah.
she maybe went
She
6
was like
months.
8. No,
you
she
think
was
you
like
could take
8,
Penny on a
8
flight?
months.
Hell no.
I remember when we was at the airport, I seen this one dog, and it only had 3 legs. Like one of his legs was gone. Had to be like the most coolest dog ever, and he just hopped right on the plane. I'm like, that's
She not there
that's
yet.
gotta be nice.
Eventually, but she's not there yet. She's like how he was saying with Ivy, like she's still basically a toddler,
Mhm.
baby dog. So noise is a big thing for her.
yeah.
And the takeoff, the people, she gonna be so. I gotta get her more acclimated. If she see a man, it ain't me. She blew.
Yeah. I'm starting to try to act like an uncle more. We're like, what's up, nephew? Like it's certain words you gotta say
What's
to
up,
be an
nephew?
old uncle. I'm starting to text like an old uncle.
Back in my day,
I've never called my nephews nephew.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta start though. Because that's how you get the respect factor. Because they probably still see you as a peer.
No.
Oh, okay. Or maybe it's because I'm small.
Have you gotten that like you haven't seen like one of your cousins or nephews in like years, and you're like, you're the now where it's like, damn, I ain't seen you since you was this
100%.
big.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I don't say
always
that.
run into
I did
that.
that Thanksgiving this
Because I
year.
used to hate when people said that to me.
Because it's
I
only
kind of don't do things to people that I didn't like as a kid growing up.
Yeah, I would do that. I did do that because one of my wife's cousins, he's 15. Last time I saw him, he was 14. It was only 1 full year,
Yeah.
but he had a growth spurt in that 1 year. Well, he's basically my height, and he had always been like a small kid, and his voice had a little bit of depth to it, and I was like, all right, puberty did you decent.
Yeah.
He told me, yep.
I-
Like he played
well,
like
he
that-
got a couple hairs poking out.
right, yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine being like, man, you this big. I remember I used to change your diapers like that. I just couldn't. I just couldn't envision myself being that uncle.
I'm only changing diapers of my kids.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't changing nobody. That's not true. I changed my nephew's diapers when he was a baby. Never mind.
Yeah, I changed my nephew's
Bro,
diapers.
I wanted to ask y'all, how long do y'all phone calls last?
With
who
who?
it is.
Yeah.
The lowest I want it to last. Like, only time I talk on the phone is my dad if he's on his way to work or working. He's a truck driver, so like they just be bored.
Yeah.
You know, he used to call me. We used to talk for an hour. My mom occasionally could be 45 minutes. But other than that, if it's anybody else, 4 minutes max.
I was telling Elena, I was seeing this post or whatever, and it was basically like, what did you not know about men until you basically got one or whatever? And I was looking at the comments, and somebody was like, I didn't know that like men's phone calls be lasting just like the least amount of time.
Mhm.
And like with my girl, she'd be on the phone. She'd be on the phone for like 2 hours with her friend.
Yeah.
I'm not on the phone for 2 hours with KB.
But we
you know what I'm
also
saying?
are in
At a
Discord,
Discord
so it's
for
different,
hours.
right? It's
You know?
basically our version
But also
of a phone call.
sometimes it's just quiet. We just in there together.
True.
Yeah.
We're not actually sometimes talking.
In my mind, a phone call is to get out important information.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So once we have relayed the information to each other, we don't need to talk no more.
Mhm.
Any of the small talk is really irrelevant at the end. You can do that through text.
Hey, you still need that ride? Bet.
Click.
We
I'll
don't.
be there for.
Yeah,
it.
that's why I think it's important on who it is. Because, yeah, me and my dad would be on the phone for an hour and a half,
Yeah.
2 hours.
Yeah. I only
Austin called me the other day. Yesterday. But Austin FaceTimed me. I was like, what the hell is you doing?
Young people do FaceTime.
Young people FaceTime.
Like, why are you FaceTiming?
At
almost
one
didn't
point, I
answer, but I'm
seen
like, this
people say
Austin
like
answer.
Chicago people FaceTime more than they actually call.
Bro,
But
you
I
know how
actually,
many
but I
times
said
I've
that
been
to say
somewhere?
that it didn't like, it was a.
And they like,
Somebody's
I would usually
FaceTiming, but they
FaceTime
using
instead
it
of
like
call.
a phone.
Yeah.
Like, why are we on FaceTime?
Yeah.
Just call.
I usually FaceTime instead of call.
I also FaceTime me like 2 weeks ago on the way home from the pod when they uploaded the wrong episode.
It'd definitely be like this.
And I sent them a voicemail like, bro, what's up? I was on the phone with my OG for sure, but I'm like, bro, why are you calling me right now? Yeah. Oh yeah. I would FaceTime Austin when it's like technical difficulties.
Yeah.
Because I need you to show me what piece goes into what.
I'm an extreme texter.
True.
At all times, text me.
Yeah.
If you want a response, text me. Because I ain't going to lie. I'll definitely be in the bed and be like, I don't feel like talking right now.
Yeah, I've definitely looked at the phone and saw it ringing and been like, if it ain't my mama or my sister, then I might be like,
I will answer
I don't know.
if it's a random family member because something wrong.
Oh, hell yeah.
Why is Papa calling me right now?
Or a 3 o'clock in the morning call, I'm going to answer every time. But, like,
yeah. I remember I received a FaceTime at 4 a.m. once.
From who?
that's,
from
that
my
type of
niece.
shit scares
From your
me.
And I was like, hold on, I got to answer this.
Yeah,
And
you
she was
got
like,
to.
She was like, hey, Uncle Boo.
Ah.
And I'm like, what's up?
Yeah.
Said,
But
"Nothing."
that's also good though, right? You
Yeah.
prefer that than it be something
For
wrong.
sure.
And then Andrew's like,
It's actually cute.
Who's FaceTiming you at 4 a.m? And I'm like,
You should be like,
sorry.
Angie, you know I ain't got no hoes.
But I was like, I'm glad that she's just normal and she didn't overreact.
Yeah.
Some girls would overreacted to that.
What is your niece doing at 4 a.m?
Stop, I guess.
See, let me see what he
How old
She
is
said.
she
on
now?
Fortnite.
She's like 9 or 10.
Okay.
Let me see what Uncle.
She calls me almost every day at around 2:30 when she get out of school.
That's pretty
That's
cute.
dope.
And what you say?
Sometimes I don't answer. I be busy sometimes. Like I don't get I'll not see the call.
Did you answer yesterday?
She didn't call me yesterday.
Okay. Because he at 2:30, what was he doing? Playing Marvel Rivals.
I was playing Marvel.
Hey, man, Marvel Rivals been that game.
I see.
Hey, you remember I had to get on their ass for the download, and now it's the best game ever.
Yeah. That's what the
Because when
frustration
you
comes
said it was
from.
like Overwatch, at first I was a little turned off.
Mhm.
But then I played it and I was like, oh, it's the same, but it's different.
Mhm.
And I like the different. I think they elevated it a little bit more.
It's because you know the IP, where you know like Iron Man should be able to shoot from his hands,
Yes.
and like Overwatch, you kind of have to learn the abilities. I mean,
Yeah.
I guess you have to learn the abilities on everything, but you're familiar with the characters on Marvel.
Yes.
Which
Yeah.
like I'm
When-
gonna play Mantis because I
When
know
Wolverine, it's taking forever to kill. I'm like, that's just
That makes
Wolverine,
sense,
bro.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
he don't
What
really
is it
die.
called? Adamantium,
So whatever that metal is.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wolverine is hard to kill. It takes a lot of shots.
But yeah, I think it
Wolverine.
also makes you kind of feel like you are kind of fighting that character because again, like Wolverine, like it's different
just
trying to kill him.
slash
I
It-
like the Hulk
It feels
one.
yeah, when the Hulk is running at you, it feels like oh shit, I gotta get out this way.
But
And
then you
because,
turn his
like,
ass to Bruce Banner.
Yes,
Yeah.
Once he turns to him,
Bro.
then you know he a quick 2-shot.
Yeah, a little bit. Get his little ass. No, it's been a lot of fun. because I wouldn't have anybody else to play with if y'all didn't hop on. So that's been pretty cool to have at least 2 to 3 people
And
to play
I
with.
didn't know there was so many people in the community that actually play it.
I think everybody's just needing a new game, and I think it came out at the perfect time. I pray that it sticks. It feels like a game that would stick, but you never know.
I remember
nowadays.
I ain't had this much game on one of them like since Gotham City Imposters.
Gotham City. I kid you not. I watched gameplay of Gotham City's Imposters like 2 weeks ago. Just bored. Like, you remember what game was real good, and I went back to watch other people play from 7,
I don't
8
remember
years
why
ago.
the game was so good. I just know we couldn't stop playing it
It
for
was
I remember when we
so
used to play
fun.
not Michael Myers.
Friday the 13th.
Friday the
13th
13th.
was
Yeah.
good. Good
Friday the
party game.
13th was a good game to play.
It is. Honestly,
Now
it
so many
probably-
sweats.
Yeah.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
That
You got-
game is still like popping?
You Michael
Maybe
Myers.
not popping, but still.
You Michael Myers, you can't catch the counselor because he running around a table for 30 minutes and you just can't keep up.
Yeah. That game, last time I played it, that game real blew me. Terrence randomly teleported right in front of me and choked my ass
Yes,
out.
bro,
within
that's
5
crazy how
seconds.
that
I
game
remember
plays.
like, we used to be so blue. We'd be like, bro, y'all gotta stop getting that Michael Myers with them damn bear chaps because you just putting them by the phone, you putting them by everything. We can't get through.
That was a good time. But Marvel Rivals is like that, man. I've been having a lot of fun on Healer with my boy Jeff. But also, we played a little stretch where I was Doctor Strange, and we went on like a 4 or 5 game win streak with me at Strange, and I was MVP
Hey.
a lot of times.
We played, and I think this is the game you might have left out or whatever. You weren't there, but we played an Iron Man, and I was like, bro,
He nice.
he's not. All he was doing was just floating, and like just depending on the map, he might have a good spot where you can barely see him, and he's just shooting down.
Yes, that's exactly what
That's
I
just shooting down. I'm like,
You just gotta
he
find
had-
your spot, and like people sometimes just don't know where the shots are coming from. I'm guessing.
bro, he had 41 kills that game.
Damn.
I will say, I don't know the girl with the red.
Scarlet Witch.
Oh, she be pissing me off. 'Cause
Yeah.
she can come up there with me,
Yeah.
and like she attaches this big long, like I don't know, like this spell on me, and it's like taking the life out of me. And
It's
I
a
can't.
few people in the game where their alts are so overpowered. Her alt is an insta kill.
Was that the one where you was talking about like get out the air? And I was like, I can't get out the air.
Yeah. And then Spider-Man's alt is OD as well.
What does he do?
I want to
He
learn.
just kicks the hell out of you.
Bro, I want to.
Oh.
I want to learn him, bro. I was looking at some of his controls or whatever, and like you just have to use more buttons or whatever. But it
He's
didn't look
like
too
a
bad.
nuisance though. When a good Spider-Man will
Yeah.
really change the
So does
dynamic
he?
of the game.
His ult only kills one person?
No, I think
isn't killed 3 to 4 people at some time.
Oh,
If it's just you on the payload and he just drop in the middle and hit the button, y'all all gonna die.
oh, okay.
Yeah, there's a few people like that.
Because like I know I could take out a few people with Iron Man ult.
yeah, that alt was kind of crazy.
My favorite alt is Jeff's though.
Yeah,
To
you
be able to
swallow.
swallow people and
Oh
throw them
yeah,
off
bro.
the
I
map.
remember one time I was in the game. I was like, I got swallowed. I don't know what's going on. And I was like, oh wait, I got out of it. Mike was like, how did you get out of it? I was like, I just started pressing buttons.
Yeah, no,
And I-
you can't really get out. He has to either spit you out or he has a timer. It's like a 5-second timer. 5
okay.
seconds goes off. He has to
I
automatically. spit you out.
didn't know that your teammate could swallow you though.
People, I've seen clips of people using it to throw a person to the thing so they can alt in the middle and they like kill everybody.
Oh,
We need to fuck around and try that. every once in a
Okay.
while.
That sounds smart.
Yeah, they getting creative.
Yeah, it's a great team oriented game. Like it's hard for one guy to.
No, you
carry.
can't solo queue in that game and expect to be like consistent.
No. If you
Even
don't-
with the 6 stack, we haven't really been crazy consistent.
I just think we all very new too.
yeah.
What's y'all 6?
We play us 3. KC got in eventually. Raider was in there,
Oh, okay.
and then one other
KC's
guy.
actually pretty good.
KC's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was like, I remember when I joined back yesterday, before me and Mike left to go play with you, he was like, D Mills, I was surprised. He was like, I
was
did not know
surprised
you
too.
would
I
be
ain't
that
gonna lie.
good.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I was surprised too.
Stop playing one boy name.
He's a gamer now.
I see.
Full-time gamer. We want to talk about this book club just a little bit.
Yep.
It is official that it is starting. I got a lot of tweets about it because I read a book named James by Percival Everett, and I did a little review. And
He
they were
read
like-
it in 4 days.
I read it in 4 days. That book was so fucking good. Either way, so I made a little review about it, and they were like, "Man, you reading books and not starting the book club." The book club is here. We officially know what our first book is. It is called The Anxious Generation by Jonathan Haidt. We're not officially starting it until after Christmas, so that gives people opportunities to maybe ask for it on their lists. But it should be a lot of fun. We got some really cool ideas, and we're also going to make it public to the point where like some people won't be able to get the actual book, but we're going to send you the book. All you need to do is subscribe to the Enjoy Basketball newsletter, but you'll hear more about that on Tuesday. But if you want the early end, The Anxious Generation is our first book. And by all accounts, it's a great book. I've read a lot of people explaining why it's could be monumental for us to read as
mid 20-year-olds, late 20-year-olds, and then like the younger people too, who's basically only known social
It's only
media their
three of
entire
us?
life.
There's only 3 of us.
What you mean?
You said us 3?
I say us 3.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, it could be good for us 3.
Well, Mike said he's not in.
No, I'm
I'm
definitely.
just talking. Did I say us 3? My fault.
I
But-
low-key, I wanted to do probably just give out a chance for everybody to get it too. Like I could do a giveaway on my stream. Actually,
There you go. Tune into Mike been here on stream as well. What we did also find out that if you have Spotify Premium, the audiobook is available too.
That's dope.
So you already paying
Less
for Spotify.
expensive.
So again, we'll have more and more details on Tuesday. But if you want to get in early, The Anxious Generation by Jonathan Haidt.
We don't need nobody jumping off the bridge trying to read the book.
Yeah, just
before.
read at the pace that we're reading with. All right.
You ain't getting no extra cookie points or brownie points
Right.
if you read the whole book. Come on.
No. I mean, you can. I'm just saying, if we're not starting to Christmas, some people have the ability to hear this and go get it immediately.
Yeah.
It just wouldn't be no point of doing that and reading it and being done before we even start the actual book club. It's gonna be like,
That's missing the whole point.
I'm gonna just start. I'm gonna finish the book I'm reading now, and then I'll wait till we actually
Same.
start.
Because I'm reading Project Hail Mary, which somebody on Twitter told me to read. So I went out there and got it, and it's been fun. I'm only like 30 pages in though. It's that part of our lives, man.
but I think it's good for you because you're doing the no social media thing.
Mhm.
So it's like forcing you to do other things.
Yesterday, I went into the end of my book with like 150 pages. I woke up at 9 o'clock, and I was done with it by like 2. I did nothing but read for like 5 hours straight.
Yep.
That's
It
how
get- it will
good
get you
that
That's how
was.
lost.
that's
It will
how
get you
reading
lost.
really be, bro.
Yeah, a good book is hard to put down.
Yes.
Like somehow, that's why I love it. Because sometimes when I'm reading like a storytelling book, I like get into that universe.
Yes.
Like I
Exactly.
feel like I'm a part of that world, and like
And
I'm,
it's like when the series goes off, you like,
Yes.
what do I do now?
yeah, it's like I felt like I was a part of something, and like
That's
now
why I
it's-
really liked it, because the book that I just read was James, and it's the story of Huckleberry Finn from the perspective of Jim, the slave that is in that movie, the runaway slave. I like what I found out is I like historical fiction, so I was placed in that time,
okay.
and you basically going through the struggles that he goes through as a slave in
Yeah.
that time.
That's how I felt reading
takes so many
like,
turns,
Mice
too.
and Men.
Mice and Men was a good one.
Like I felt like I was in that book.
You were Lenny,
Yeah.
I think that's why
Mr.
I
George.
like I gravitated towards fiction a lot more. Is just because like it really does exercise your imagination, and I totally get why people read books or they read just whatever, and then they go watch the TV show or go watch the movie, and they're like, it just doesn't compare, you know. And I think a lot of that is just because when you read it, you kind of already had these predetermined like of what the character Joe looks like and the character Kevin looks like, and then it's a little different when it actually is on TV show. It's like this is not what I imagined.
Yeah,
this is not what I
what I
read.
imagined,
You know,
yeah.
I
It's
was
different.
telling my wife that I think one of the reasons why I've liked the reading over the last couple of weeks is because it makes me have to focus on one thing. Like if I'm watching a TV show, fuck, I could be on the game on the side.
Yeah.
I could have Twitter open and feel like I'm consuming it all. When you're reading, you really are just reading.
That's what made me start reading. When I first got deeply into reading a couple years ago, it was like graphic novels. Because I was like, damn, I can't watch a movie. I don't feel like I can watch a movie no more. I be trying to watch movies on Netflix, and again, I get so distracted. You get one Woj bomb or a Shams report, and now you in your phone. And now you just miss a movie, and you find yourself rewinding and rewinding and rewinding, and then you go to sleep, and you got to rewind. Where did I end up? So I started to read the graphic novels, and then that only lasted so long before I had to start reading real books, and then the self-help
That's
books.
the same
Also,
story.
hey,
Well, with manga with me. You know, I was
it's
reading
a
manga.
real feeling too, because like I don't really collect many things, but looking at like the books that I have, I'm like I'm pretty proud to have
Pretty
these
cool,
books,
right?
like
Yeah.
this little small library. It's really cool to have.
So you've read a bunch of like mystery books recently, right?
Yep. Because I'm a big fan of like just mystery in general, and so I feel like I've seen a lot of shows. Like not new show drops every month or whatever, but like there's so many books out there. There's so many different stories that it's just an alternative like form of just honestly just whatever.
Yeah.
Basically.
I feel that. I be proud when I stream or something, and like part of my backdrop is my bookshelf, and it's filled, and people be like, "Hey, that's," and it ain't all basket. I
Right,
got my
yeah,
basketball,
for sure.
but it ain't all basketball.
I also want to change, like, because some people thought that's what this was going to be, that
Oh,
we were going to pick up books like,
absolutely not.
here's Phil Jackson's book.
I actually
here's,
prefer if we stayed far away from that.
I 100% agree. I feel like there might be some books that might be worth it, but at the end of the day, I kind of want to get out of that.
yeah,
You know,
you need to
when-
broaden the horizon.
Yeah.
As my mom used to tell me when I was a kid, I was not trying to hear it back then, but as a grown adult, I feel her.
Change that
everything I
palette,
used to
man.
do was basketball.
Yeah.
I never forget. I did like we had 3 projects. You got to do like a biography and all these different things. I was doing Iverson and Kobe. And then one time my mom was like, "That's enough. Like I'm gonna give you a person to do your report on."
It says roughly 130 million books in the world.
Damn.
That
Got to
feels
make
low.
your way somehow.
That feels so low.
That feels low.
130 million. Y'all think you can read?
I
every
wonder
one
if
of them?
that's copies.
Could I
Like-
read everyone? No.
Or
If
like
that's
just
copies
like,
or if that's straight up.
individual titles.
Yeah.
Has
Yeah.
to be right.
there's no way,
130
'cause,
million.
like, it's definitely way more than 130 million.
Sometimes I walk into
'Cause
Barnes
there's-
and Noble and feel like that's how much they got.
Yeah. I had a moment yesterday where like I went to Barnes Noble. I left out at 5. The game started at 6. So I basically had 45 minutes to an hour to go pick up what I wanted to pick up. I walked in and saw a lady with a lanyard, and I asked her, like, I'm looking for the specific book by Percival Everett. It's called Telephone. And she looked at me and said,
I
"Oh,
don't work
sweetie,
here."
I don't work here.
Damn.
Why are you dressed like a fucking librarian? Why do you have a lanyard on?"
Maybe she is a librarian.
She
She
could
says,
be.
"Sweetie."
But I cleaned it up like, "Oh, I'm sorry, you really have that warm book feeling to you." She's like, "Thank you, that's what I go for."
Okay.
So you want to look like a Barnes
not
and Noble
gonna lie.
employee.
Not gonna lie. Book people look like book people.
They really do. You can pick
When
them
I
out.
go into a Barnes and Noble, like there's a look, there's a feeling. I know I'll be standing like a sore thumb sometimes. I know they be like, this dude in here with a Peyton Manning jersey. Is
Yeah,
really
I feel that same way too. But then I also seen when I seen like some young kids just going in there and they weren't like super young, but they was like at the mall hang out type young, and it's just like nobody really cared that they was in there. I'm like, they don't look like they fit in or they belong in here.
That's crazy. We used to just hang out at the mall too.
That's
He
what I
was
was
With
definitely
no
that-
money
That was the
too.
meta. Yeah.
The last couple games of my
Go get
brother,
some girls' numbers. Or
I
fake
brought
like
some
you
of my
give girls
friends,
numbers.
and that's what I was telling them. Like this, like last night, Dion came, Flex was there again. It's like this used to be our life. Like we would be in school and we can be like, bro, you going in for the game?
Yeah.
Hey, come to the game Friday. We at the game. Like
Yep.
I used to
that
really
was
just look
it.
forward to going to games.
Yeah. Especially like as a basketball player, at a football game, because you got to actually be a
Yeah.
part of the social.
Oh, bro, and I used to love going to our girls' game, watching Tony Remedy.
She was
That was like a must go to.
he name dropping.
She was a
Nah,
hooper.
she definitely used to put up buckets in them. But you walk in 34 on the board,
Facts.
34 points, like it ain't nothing.
And then well nowadays since their self basketball's not very good.
That's
They haven't won
that's
a
what I've
game
been
yet.
seeing.
They're
Yeah.
0-7.
That's because our boy number 2 from last year transferred.
You remember
The shooter?
Yeah,
Oh wow.
EJ told me because I was like, they played Nazareth, who EJ and them played yesterday, and Nazareth beat them, and I saw his South didn't have a win. He was probably because that Jack dude transferred to Brother Rice. He said so.
That's an upgrade if you're a hooper, right? Brother Rice is
Yeah.
normally pretty good.
But yeah, Jack Tosh tournament right around the corner at Christmas tournament.
Y'all popping out?
Pull up.
Christmas tournament?
Yeah, of course.
EJ been on a heater.
I like high school hoops, but specifically high school hoops that I don't have to do anything for.
Yeah.
I can watch 4 games in a row by sitting in the same spot.
Yes.
I don't think I've ever been to St. Pat's to watch him play.
Oh no.
But if he got an away game close, I'll go. Or if it's that tournament, man,
Yeah.
I'll sit there and watch that tournament.
yeah, man, y'all got to come to St. Pat's one time. This is it.
This is the last
As
year.
crazy
Oh, yeah.
as it is to sound. Yeah, it'd be vibey.
It's a vibe?
It'd be vibey.
I watched last night's game.
It'd be vibey.
I'll be watching.
Last night was a good one.
Yeah. I damn was like, they not finna let this weak ass team beat them.
That's the team that's like,
'Cause they were like 2-7 or something. Like I be looking at the
Oh,
records, bro.
they almost lost to a 2-17.
For a minute it looked like it was possible, and then
They pulled it
well,
out.
EJ had a
Yeah.
very tough first half. He got
Yeah.
in foul trouble, had 2 points.
they were face
Picked up
guarding
the
him like he
second.
was fucking Braun.
But Nazareth, since EJ has gone there, has not been a team that's been super good, but they've played them well every single time. I'm trying to think of what that's like in the NBA, but
I
yeah,
remember the first play, big homie caught a body. Well,
I
not
didn't-
caught a body, but he dunked.
I
I'm
didn't
like,
get
damn.
there to the second quarter.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they had a big dude. He just dunked first 2 points of the game. Like that'll set the tone a little
Notre
bit.
Dame makes sense because that's their rival, but for what odd reason, Nazareth plays
It's
so
like
well.
that's. Remember when Anthony Edwards was like that team we can't beat? They're
the
wizards.
Wizards.
He's like, what the
Wizards.
hell is
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
What's that about?
Yeah.
You know, I enjoy watching the hoops for sure.
Yeah, it's good because you just watch basketball. I feel like a lot of this other stuff you go into in college is a prospect and you evaluating them. Even if you're not fully evaluating subconsciously, you're looking at certain things.
High school, you could just turn your brain off and watch
And just
basketball
watch
for what it is.
basketball.
I can't do that in the NBA, unfortunately.
Just watch.
You always got to think about work.
And I still love having that emotion.
Yeah.
It's like, hey man, get back. Ref, how did you miss it? And it's just like this is good. This is what it's about. It still brings out the passion.
That's gonna be. I can't wait to be a sports dad, man. Whatever sport it may be,
I can't wait
basketball,
either. Because
volleyball.
I'm so
Can't
watching
do it
my
with
dad.
gymnastics though.
Shit, watch me. If she gets the gymnastics, watch me.
I'm so curious of what type of sports dad I'm gonna be. I'm just not sure yet. Because I have these moments where I feel like
I don't think
I
you
ain't
will know until it's
never
happening.
gonna be like
Yeah.
that. But then it's also like some shit it just gets you going.
Yeah.
Even as EJ, like is for my brother, I try to just be reserved as possible. But sometimes he gonna make me get up and I'm gonna do a Jamal Murray Herro celebrate. So I can't wait to see that, and I can't wait to see who else gonna have a son,
Yeah.
so my son can bust their ass.
It's gotta be Mike, man.
It's got to be Mike.
It's gotta be Mike.
One
Why I
day.
gotta be mine? Why Darrick can't have a son? You think?
Oh,
he
I didn't know
done?
he was on the horizon for doing any kids anytime soon. That's
He
why.
done?
No,
It
it's
gotta be
gonna be a
sometime
few
soon.
years.
Ain't nobody waiting until they 40,
It's gonna be a few years after we get married.
which is soon.
Yeah, relatively soon.
About 2 years.
Oh, you getting married in 2026?
2026.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's not bad.
So far, it's looking like April, May.
Around
It
my
was supposed to
birthday.
be January, but then apparently the place we want to go to is having construction at that time, and they don't know if the park district will allow them to have weddings.
Inside, outside?
Well, since it's gonna be May,
Oh. I guess you
Or
can do either
April.
way.
it depends on the weather.
Okay.
Because you know that here,
Y'all wedding was what?
August.
Oh,
because like here, you know, the weather in April and May could be a little shaky,
Yeah, it might still have snow on the ground. You never know.
or it could be raining hard as hell.
Yeah.
So like, just gotta wait it out and see.
I'm
Because
excited.
they do have two different options, which is good.
I'm excited. I was explaining to my wife yesterday, or not yesterday, this was maybe a week or so ago, that like something we talk about on the podcast, knowing who Darrick was as we grew up, to see him have his significant other is like we couldn't have predicted that. That's all.
Came a long way.
Yes.
came a long.
That's a good that's a
ass
compliment to you, brother.
Yeah.
It's
I
a
just
very
don't know who I was growing up.
Oh,
No, fuck growing up. We talking about
6
you
years
was,
ago.
You was
not
grown.
even- yeah.
Oh, you know, crazy.
Yeah. You think if she would have met you the years where you were at Portillo's, y'all would be together? Probably not, right? Because you've
Probably.
matured, you've
Yeah.
got your swag up, you're more confident.
Way more. Just the confidence. Just the confidence in itself.
Yeah.
And that's what always make me proud, because that's what I used to try to preach. You know what I'm saying? Stand on your confidence, man.
When you're confident, you can kind of do anything.
You can do anything.
100%.
You can do anything. I could put two dudes in a room full of women. It don't matter about, well,
Pop house.
I can't say about the money. It always helps. But you just strip everything down, and it could be one that is viewed as good looking, one that's not. The confidence is gonna be what changes.
You got to be confident, but not cocky and arrogant.
Sure.
Women can definitely, once you get into that arrogant,
But
You
I'll
gotta
tell you
turn
this,
someone off.
I agree. But a person would rather be with somebody borderline arrogant than
someone that's extremely insecure. Yeah.
boom,
That's fair.
boom.
What's y'all biggest insecurity? Let's get
Mm,
real and personal.
My teeth.
I wouldn't expect
I
it.
don't have this perfect pair of teeth. My teeth are just not top tier,
Mm.
and it's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? Even from all different, they're a little bit crooked.
As your cousin for 28 years, never in my life have I seen your teeth.
But that's what I think. That's what I think insecurities are.
Yeah,
Where, like,
100%.
I look
Yeah.
at certain pictures or I look at a video and I see something that nobody else is gonna say. I feel like I have a lot of plaque for whatever. I brush my teeth twice a day.
Do
It's
the
just
dentist
like,
say you have a lot of plaque?
yeah.
Oh.
When I've gone, the dentist has definitely been like, one of the things I will say though, growing up, what I didn't realize that I didn't do a lot for whatever reason. My parents just, I guess, wasn't on it like they was at other stuff.
Like flossing?
Flossing.
Yeah.
I was not a big flosser for a big part of my life.
mhm.
And so now I am. I use the it's
Water
like
flosser?
water floss.
Yeah.
'Cause
Oh, I
it's
got
like,
that same thing. That shit is dope.
it works
It's
so
so
much,
good.
and it makes sure you do it. You know what I'm saying? Because the actual process, I used to, once I was like, I gotta start flossing. I'm not flossing enough. I used to kind of mess myself up and do it and be
You make yourself bleed or whatever. Like,
bleed.
Yeah.
but I like it too because it kind of reminds you like you damn near feel like you at the dentist or whatever, how you kind of like
exactly,
cleaning it out or whatever.
and it got like the suction with it a little bit. Yeah,
so I like
definitely,
that.
definitely. So that's probably really it.
I think
and
teeth
then-
is
and then
a
also,
good one because I would
for-
feel the same way.
For me, just me,
Mhm.
I'm not in the shape I used to be in. So for
Yeah.
me, that's always gonna be something. I say it all the time, like, damn, I gotta get in shape, whatever. Dana would be like, boy, ain't nothing wrong with you. But it's like just for me knowing what I
Yeah.
used to be, how I
Yeah.
used to look. You know what I'm saying? I'll change and have my shirt off and sit, and I'll be like, damn, damn, I got a dad vibe, man. Damn, this is crazy.
I used to feel that way, but
Shit don't really hit
honestly,
the same until you
I
in the
don't
mirror.
be caring. I don't be
looking.
caring no more.
Yeah.
It's just like it is what it is. Not
A
saying that
part
like
of me
I
feel-
don't want to work out or like I just can't, but it's like I don't
feel
think
that
you
to a T.
you don't need to have like that crazy worked out bod to be like.
I used to feel like that
attractive,
when I was
you
in
know what
high
I'm
school
saying?
because it seemed like in high school the girls loved the dudes that had the 6-packs, and I was like, I don't have a 6-pack. Maybe that's not why I'm not getting the girls. Then I got older and I realized, oh, when you get older, the girls actually want the dudes with the.
More dad bod.
the
I
more
think it's
dad
just how you
bod.
carry it, honestly,
And I
and
was
just
like,
like,
yeah, I
think
yo,
that's
I
what
think
it's
it's your
about.
confidence in it too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why I say it's just like for me, because I've in my entire life, and you know, your boy is, you know what I'm saying, that, you know what I'm saying, has a woman ever cared? I've
Yeah.
never been in my entire life of like being young and just, you know, being older girls,
Mhm.
my age, whatever. There's never been a girl that was like cared. Now I'm sure there are some women. I'm sure gym girls. Like when I be seeing that, when I see dudes that have like 12 packs and stuff, they be with girls that be in the gym that also have
Yeah.
a 6-pack.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Social media, workout, relationship people, they both are extremely fit. But in my everyday life, I've never met a girl who was like, you need to get a 6-pack. Or like, I only want a man with a 6-pack. Because it's just like, yeah, women, I don't think they care as much as we grow up thinking they do.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What
But-
about you, Derek? What's your biggest?
To his
insecurity?
point, though, before you say, I agree that it's like, I have those moments where I be like, I don't give a damn, I'm me. But I ain't gonna lie. Again, it's like certain times where I vividly remember sitting on the edge of my bed, getting out of the shower. I have nothing but boxers on, and I'm putting on socks, and I look, and I'm like, this angle, I look crazy. Like, I look
I know what you mean.
crazy as hell right now.
I know what you mean.
Nobody else is ever gonna see me like this, but this looks insane.
I definitely be feeling like that.
Or I'll say, if I'm, God forbid, I'm ever at a pool and I'm in this position, I'm gonna look wild. I need to get my life together.
Oh,
But then it's
no.
also on the same time where it's days where I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm
Yeah.
about to be 30. Who cares?
Yeah.
For me, it's probably just a ball spot, but then I decided to cut it all off. That's-
So you
That was something I was holding on to for a long time, and eventually I was just like, I see a lot of dudes rocking it,
Mhm.
and it looked good. So like, I don't have to just prolong this. What's inevitable?
Yeah.
Unless I just go to Turkey.
It's inevitable for majority of us. It's inevitable for majority of us,
Yeah, unless you go to Turkey.
unless you go to Turkey, which a lot of people are doing now.
Yeah, I see. I've been seeing it on my TikTok timeline,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, some of these dudes, real life, they whole hair turned right back to normal, like they were younger
Mhm.
after a few months, and I'm just like, that shit look nice. So
If I ever get to that point, I have to ride it out. I don't know if I'm going to Turkey.
Yeah, I'm accepted.
That Akon look bogus. How about
well,
you?
Akon did his wrong.
Yo,
Did
listen.
he really? No, I think mine is like.
Get my little man up.
Hey, you know what I look. J. Cole, I love you, brother, but damn.
I
Girl,
think
you
that
know
shit started
what?
playing in my stream the other day, and I didn't even peep.
Was
and
you
I started
vibing
just
though?
singing it.
Yeah, They can catch you by surprise. for
Yeah.
sure. I think mine would be like my lack of charisma when I first meet somebody.
That's funny
You just
because
drive?
again, all of these insecurities I think we named, nobody gives a damn about, which
Yeah.
makes them real insecurities.
I
One
would
thing
say-
I noticed about myself, and maybe this is true about everybody, but I need to find a way to transition it. When I'm meeting somebody for the first time that is aware who I am, it's seamless. But when I have to like meet somebody and introduce myself and like just meet new people,
Yeah.
that's when it becomes a struggle.
Yeah.
So like if you've met me on the street, like, oh, Kenny, you may not feel it because you know who I am. So I let my guard down. All right, I don't have to show who I am because this person knows. But it's like when
If
I'm
you
in
go
these
into an
meetings,
interview, yeah.
when I'm in these meetings with these people, I'm fucking freezing up. I can't even be half of who I am on camera or half of who I am in real life. I just lack that. And that's what I feel. Maybe they don't see it at all. But that's why I feel when I'm in those interviews, like, fuck, I may have tanked this one.
You know
I
what's
don't know if I'm
crazy? In
getting
those
this
type
one.
of situations, I kind of just be like, just be yourself
Yeah.
and just be
It's so
natural.
hard, bro.
And I
But that's why I like going to places with all four of us, because Pierre is the exact opposite, where he can meet somebody brand new, and he kind of becomes the face of that when we meet new people. All right, Pierre got us. Woo! I can just chime in here, there. You know, Pierre got us. He'll lock it down.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's why
I
these
feel that.
conversations are good though, because we all got superpowers in our own way, from a human standpoint, and it's that's why I think our show is a really good example, because I think that is what makes our show, is the fact that we can lean on each other for every little thing. You know what I mean? Like sometimes I've looked at the moments in our show, or I have people say something like the other day I was with somebody and they was like, man, D Mills be saying some crazy shit, or they saw you say something crazy. And I had to tell the person, I'm like, yeah, he do, but I'm like, it make the show. I couldn't do a show with 3 other me. Certain things I take too serious. That is like, it's a breath of fresh air to be able to have Mike say Terry Rozier is a top 10 point guard, because I'm never saying anything that stupid. But we don't have that moment in the show. And it's been a couple times we've done certain things, and it has allowed me to be able to, we can have certain things that don't have to be, you know what I'm saying? Every segment don't have to be, this is what the basketball.
It's honestly just like, again, I always throw it back to like, it feel like we're just in the barbershop chopping it up, or we're at the school lunch table chopping it up about basketball. It's never been like Jordan better than LeBron, or LeBron is still whatever. Like, it's always just been like, what's going on in hoops today? How can we talk about it? How can we just, all enjoy it at the same time? And it's been exactly that, really.
I don't think I could ever participate in the Jordan versus LeBron debate.
we will on April 1st, baby. Get ready for the April Fool's Day episode, where we make the same show, but it's exact opposite of what we normally do.
Let's remix this question about the insecurity. I think, what did you say, Mike?
Honestly, I feel like I got a mix of both of y'all's, like, smile, I would say. Even though y'all always see me, like, cheesing, I would definitely say, like, my teeth. I kind of got past that, though, because I just kind of grow out of that.
Right here in the guide, we were leaving the podcast last episode. I, for some reason, was ahead of the pack. Mike was behind. Like, I was in my car when Mike came out. Mike walked out of the building smiling so fucking hard. And this happens to you all. Every time I see you candidly, you are cheesing. And I always wonder, like, what the fuck is this brother thinking about right now?
I don't know. It could be anything.
Nothing is funnier than when we on Discord and you could just hear him.
Mike smile.
I don't know.
Bro, Macy used to always say that, like, I can hear your ass smiling right now. I'd say that. And then, honestly, I'd probably say...
My remix was, we all gave something physical, and I feel like KB gave something that
My
was
physical
social.
would be my weight.
So,
I'm 132
Oh, you're
pounds.
talking about,
so
like...
now we have to give something social, and he just gave
I
one
think it would
physical.
be literally that. And, like... Not because I envy Elena, but, like, Elena's really good at, she can meet new people and just go right at...
She is.
Yes.
She
I
is.
can't always do that.
She
Like,
is.
it takes me a long time to warm up to people, and, like,
She's very
when you
vibrant.
only have certain amount of time with people, you only have like one chance to meet them or meet them, and you're not warmed up, whatever. Like that looks kind of bad on me, because now I feel like, man, I didn't show how I should have been. Like I wasn't myself in that situation.
That's when I was like, Mike, I hope Mike keep this girlfriend, because we were at Mason's party and I was sitting by myself for whatever reason. Elena came over. KB, I heard you like anime, and we talked anime for 10-20 minutes straight. I'm like, yeah, this Mike needs this type of like person next to him.
Yin to the yang.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I think my social one would probably just be like, I know I don't have
Or
to,
personality. I should have said social, but something that isn't
I couldn't
physical.
approach someone in person. I don't think
A
so.
girl or just a person?
like a girl. Like if I was to be forever being that, I don't think I have the confidence in myself to like be in Target and be like, oh, I like her, and then just go and try to make a first impression.
So the app's
But like
really
what's crazy is that most women that I've talked to have said that talking to me is like a sense of normalcy. Like it feels, and I'm always like, what does that mean? And they're like, dudes are weird. And I'm just like, I get that, but like,
Same thing you told KB.
I just feel like I'm
Being
just being
yourself.
normal. Yeah, I like to just get the icebreaker over with.
Yeah.
Be myself. I'm a joke with you. If I try to talk, I like to talk a little shit early, so that way we get it.
Get the vibe early,
Yeah,
you know.
we get to set the tone early. That way you understand how I'm coming, and then I'm gonna see how you play off of that.
Yeah, see, I've never had that because I've been dating since high school.
True.
So I've never even had to approach someone.
Yeah.
Because even my wife, we just ended up in the first class together freshman year.
True.
And that's just how it went for me.
It's almost like playing a basketball game. I think everybody is nervous until you just start doing it. I had to approach Dana. I didn't meet Dana on social media. I met her at like a New Year's party, and I had to approach her, and I had to build it up. I seen her, and I had to just build it up through the night to then just go. But it's like once it started, I was like, I don't even know why I was over there having to build
I feel like
up.
it's probably the case for most people.
Yeah.
Because you just afraid of the worst possible answer.
Which is
usually just no.
No.
I mean, sometimes you do get it kind of crazy on social media. It's like the worst she can say is no, and she said
like,
the whole.
hell no. What would make you think I would ever do that, you ugly, stupid, broke, dusty?
My thing was just like you go like and try to hop down on a girl or whatever, and like you trying to do your thing, and then you turn around, it's like a 6'7" dude. Who you talking to?
Even if it ain't a 6'7", it's like that. I be seeing it online was like a dude like, oh, I'm finna raise this girl up, and she don't necessarily shake him off, but she got to hit him when I got the boyfriend. It's like, damn, she fake didn't give off the vibe that she wasn't disinterested, but she has a boyfriend.
My
it's
favorite
like,
one is unfortunately I have a boyfriend. Like, damn, why is it unfortunate?
I just saw a video of this girl at the gym. She went up to the dude and talked to him, and she was like, "I'm shooting my shot," and then he was like, "Oh yeah, let's get to know each other." He told her, he was like, "I'm finishing up my master's right now, so once I'm done, I got a lot of free time. We could definitely hang out." And I was like,
so he kind of set the tone. I'm an academic too.
Yeah,
I might be in for a little bag. The master's degree might translate for some money.
Off the top. Don't get offended if I can't be too much.
Right, yeah, because I got other priorities.
A lot of girls in the comment section.
Look at him.
The girls in the comment section was like, look at him letting
Green
you know.
flag?
Yeah, the green flag right now, since he's already addressing that his time might be a little limited now, but when it open up, he's all yours. Like that's a green flag. And I was like, that is a green flag.
It's a green flag.
But like, I think a lot of relationships would like thrive if women did that more.
Have y'all seen that trend? We listen, but we don't judge.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bro, it's one of the worst
They
things.
did
that
a
ever come to
Willowbrook
me.
version.
He did a Willowbrook one.
What does that mean?
Like,
We
TikTok?
listen, but we don't. No, it was just on like it's been
Where
on
we
social
live.
media too. You could just
Oh,
post.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was all over Facebook.
Okay.
I think they even like brought it down to like the complex version.
Yeah.
You weren't in our
I
complex though.
wasn't there.
I quartered it.
What'd
I
you
got
say?
involved. It's like I wouldn't be the man I am today without Darnie Basement. We just did a lot in Darnie Bay. We gambled. First time gambling. 2K. You know what I'm saying? Girls. Everything. First drink probably was in Darnie Basement. If I
I
can
saw
remember.
one I had to show my wife and said, if you ever do something, I'm going to divorce you. She said, we listen, but we don't judge. Sometimes when you're asleep, I take crushed up Tums and put them in your mouth.
What?
Because he complains about having acid reflux. But I'm just thinking to myself, you're drugging your husband. And if you doing that without him knowing, what else could you possibly be doing?
You ever seen the Kardashians episode where Chris was trying to get back when before Caitlyn, it was Bruce.
Mm-hmm.
She was trying to put that blue chew in that coffee, but her son drank it.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Oh
that
my
song.
God.
He had to go to the
Crazy.
hospital.
That's
That's insane.
crazy. bro.
Nah, it's reality TV.
Right, it
Who
might
knows?
be
But
wrong, but yeah.
you know,
But even if it is, you like showing that to millions of
Yeah.
people, and that's bad. That's
Yeah.
bad. Don't put what I put into my body is so sacred to me that if you crush up anything and put in my drink, I just can't rock with you, bro.
for
I
real.
just can't. If somebody hypothetically speaking, if somebody gave me some cookies and didn't tell me there were shrooms in it, I'd be completely pissed
I
off.
would be insanely pissed.
Yeah.
I would
I'd be pissed too.
Not only would I be,
I'm sorry, I can't do
Wait, what did he say? What did he say? I didn't hear it.
I said
I'd be pissed too.
no, you wouldn't, brother. No, you wouldn't, brother, because you almost.
First of all, y'all,
think that's why
y'all
KB
gotta
reacts
clear it
that
up
way.
because y'all be
No,
exaggerating.
you and KB, because KB tells a story. The last
didn't
time it
tell
came
no
up.
story.
No, we at a function you told the story, and
Uh-huh.
Mike wants it to be cleared up. So, what need to be cleared up?
I mean, I think it's on him, honestly.
I don't
You
have
the
a
one that
story.
said he need to clear it up.
I don't have a
Nah,
story
I
to
was saying,
tell.
I was saying me too, because I said one of my favorite shows, Law and Order, and a lot of the times, like the cases are depriving from like a girl gets something in her drink at
Yes.
the bar and stuff like that. So
No, nobody's
lot
saying
of
you did
cases.
anything like that.
no,
Let's clear
not
that.
like that.
That's nowhere
No,
near
nowhere
like that.
near.
It was no women involved.
I'm sharing my side to why I related to that.
Yeah, I don't have anything to clear up. I was just saying hypothetically, if that were to happen, I'd be pissed.
But you laughed at him saying me too.
Nope, didn't happen. Didn't laugh.
I accidentally took an edible once and didn't know it.
Was it on the sake of somebody giving it to you and not telling you?
Yeah.
Bro, that's got to be the. I'm so happy that never
Well,
happened.
I don't
Your
even.
mom.
My mom.
But no.
The lemonade and the.
But she didn't say here. You just drunk it without asking. Being
Well,
thirsty.
no.
That's your own fault.
You touch it. Shit.
She put it in the lemonade that was in the normal jug.
Oh
I
no,
didn't
she
know that.
crazy.
I thought it was
Yeah.
in a. I thought it was in a.
No.
Oh.
Bro, your
She put it in
family
the
need
Simply
a reality
Lemonade
show,
bottle.
bro.
She put it in the actual and like I drank a glass of it. And then I'm sitting in my room getting ready to go. I was going to actually go hang out with Angie. This is when we first started dating. And I'm like, I text her and I was like, I don't think I can come. And she was like, why? I was like, I feel high right now and I don't know why.
Bro, I would have such a big panic attack if I was accidentally high.
Yeah.
That's a great introduction to with Angie to your mom, by the way. My mom, I accidentally just drank my mom's weed.
Even now, I've been here all episode. Like, have I been taking too much of the elderberry? Oh man, elderberry stuff. I know. Like, I'm all over the place. Like, you know what I'm saying? My stomach is kind of like whatever. But as far as non-feature insecurity, the one thing I will say is, as much of an outgoing person as I am, sometimes I'll have these moments that I'll be like, did I do too much?
Mm.
And I'm like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because everybody don't. It took me a long time in my life to realize that everybody don't operate that way. So
Sometimes I feel like I don't do enough.
yeah.
So
and
I'm
some-
like the complete opposite.
yeah. And I'm a shit talker. So sometimes you shit talk to the wrong person and now it offends them.
Mm-hmm.
Or you play too much to a certain point. And it's like, everybody don't play that much. Everybody can't pick up the fact that you're joking.
Yeah.
As much as in my brain, it's like, I'm clearly being playful, but some people walk away like not knowing you were playful.
Mhm.
And I think that's also some people can't take a joke because like they
True.
have their own
right.
insecurities.
And in my mind, it took me a long time to realize that.
Yeah.
Or even like sometimes when Mike just didn't really want to be out with us, I used to be like, come on, man, what the fuck you at?" But it's like, he's different than me. And it took me a long time to be able to just realize, as stupid as that is, because of course everybody's different.
Yeah.
But it's like, yeah, you really will run into people who don't joke.
Yes. And
They
that's why
just
I
don't,
think,
and like you
yeah.
said, it's their own insecurity or unhappiness.
that's why I think when you're dating someone, if you are that type of person where you're jokey, don't surprise them with it. I think you got to start with. You got to
Let that know?
Yeah, you got to
Yeah.
let them know how you gonna be at the beginning, so they can know what they expect. And if that's something that they not really comfortable with, both of y'all could just split up early. The way that way it don't have to ever get to that point.
I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes I'll do something and I'll be like, damn, okay, yeah, they ain't really with it. But sometimes I walk away from different situations in public with people I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll be like, no, fuck you. Because it's so much bad in the world that when you
Yeah.
have somebody trying to be positive and be polite and happy going and kind of put good vibes in the air, I hate when people just kind of on some like negative shit. Like, there's so many times I see people just out here mugging. You just go to Jewel to get some oatmeal and a motherfucker just mugging. Like, bro, what the fuck are you just
My
so...
favorite post is like when y'all both don't like nobody, and it's like the couple and they got that stale ass face. It's like, just stay y'all ass at home.
Yeah, just stay at home.
Why y'all
Exactly.
at the party
stay
just mad at
home.
everybody?
Just
stay
stay
y'all
at
ass at
home.
home.
Just stay your negative ass at home.
I was it was funny when I was working out. I was like low key mean mugging this dude at the gym for no reason, and we was
What?
mean mugging each other. And then one time, you know what's funny?
All that tea, that
He
testosterone.
walked past me, but he walked real close. like we damn near brushed shoulders while I got doing my set, and I was like, "The fuck wrong with you?"
Bro, when was this?
And I don't know why, but for some reason there was tension between us.
Bro, that shit sound like some animals fighting over territory. Bro.
This is why when I think about my future and having my kids, I want to have a son badly. But this is the part where I'm like, I know if I have a son, especially with Dana, he gonna be tall. I'll be damned if I have to start having a pissing contest with my own son. Like, dog, you 6'8". Dad ain't get to be 6'8", but I will still fuck you up in this house. Watch yourself. You know, and my dad and my brother be having that. So I'll be on the phone with my dad or my brother in the background. They get to go back and forth. But I'll be like, yeah, because my brother is technically grown. He just turned 18. It's like, you know, you can't really police everything. But at the same time, like, man,
Don't let your son go to 6'8". You and Angie have a son, he get to 6'8". Me and you only got to 6'3", 6'4".
I'm still on this where he said it was me and this dude just mean mugging
For
each other.
no reason.
For no reason.
But it's just because they're two men. So imagine having that in a household where it's like your son is a man.
Yeah.
He just
And you
scared me
like,
talking
bro,
about that's that testosterone.
Don't let you get into it with his mama.
I did that to this day. Don't know why we was what went on that day. But we were the only two black people in the gym, and like we was the only
and it was another brother.
It
Yo,
was.
oh my goodness.
Imagine like something happened and the
my
police asked like,
goodness.
why y'all get into a fight?
Don't know, don't care. Don't care.
And when he walked past me so closely, I was like, "Oh, that verified. That confirmed to me what type of time."
But that shit reminded me of some
laughing.
Animal Kingdom type
Hey, on
shit.
some real
bro.
shit, we laughing. But in the city we from, you know how much blood done shed and spilled because of that. I've been in a lot of I stopped going out because in my early 20s I would go out to like little parties with my friends and shit would pop off because of
It's
that.
a mean mugging, yeah.
You walk into a place, and normally the time, good thing y'all was just working out. But that normally also happens because we're in Chicago, and Chicago has a lot of guns, and dudes walk into places with guns, and now they on a tough guy shit. But like, that's why it's good to keep that pride and ego in check, because I ain't losing my life over no motherfucking pissing contest. You the big dog in here, have at it, dog. Like, I probably never gonna walk in this fucking building again. I'm at Macy's, and it's a dude in there that's feeling himself. Bro, you got it. Macy's is yours, brother.
I seen
I'm not
this
finna
video
go to
yesterday,
jail
bro.
or die off because I want to be the man in Macy's today.
Yeah, I be seeing that a lot. I seen this one video yesterday, and not necessarily dudes trying to be the man, but like sometimes you just say like, man,
You
it's
got
not
it.
even worth it.
Yeah,
or
you
whatever.
got it.
But like, basically, he was like, these YNs pulled up to the gas station. And he was like, oh, shit, man, like, I don't even got, he said, I just paid my bills. I just paid my child support. He said, y'all ain't taking nothing. Y'all might as well just, it's not even worth it over here. And they just started laughing.
That
And
was
man,
actually
no.
a funny skit. I saw that one.
You used to be in a place where that happened a lot too. The gym.
Yeah.
The gym, I've seen shit go down in the gym just off pride
Bro,
and ego. Like,
I don't, y'all weren't, I'm trying to think, was anybody there? Somebody went to their bag because
you
they was
told
getting,
us that.
somebody got
yeah.
into an argument and he said he going to the bag. He didn't even take nothing out, but just
He
like
just
doing that
insinuated
attempt that
it.
like you almost have
Yeah.
some shit is
Over
just
some
insane to
fucking
do in a
hoops.
suburb gym
Over hoops.
over a basketball game.
Yeah. And that's why a lot of times you hoop. We've gone like, I remember that one time we went by your old house and dude thought I was filming him.
Because he had jeans on. or
Oh,
something.
yeah.
He was insecurity. I'm filming those.
Terrence was about to get down on him for
Yeah.
real.
I'm filming my shoe. I had those shoes that like tied themselves.
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
yes.
And I'm literally recording them because they was cool to see. I couldn't believe I had them. I forget the name of them. And dude thinking I'm recording him because he dusty as hell with fucking jean shorts on, hooping, old as hell. He's like 25 years older than all of us. Talking about why you don't be recording me. I'm like, bro, are you fucking serious? You think I'm recording? And so Terrence is going like, I was just like, you can have it. But I was like, tell Terrence, let dude have it because we'll really fuck him up in here. And he would have no other choice but to have to go to his car if he had anything because he would really get his shit stumped.
Is that like that? Because Terrence is one of, for the people at home, one of the dudes in our friend group that when it's time to get down, Terrence
You
is
ready.
down to get down
At
Yeah.
any time.
at any time. Where does that come from? Is that testosterone? Like
I-
really
I-
has testosterone?
Yeah,
I
because
don't
all
know.
he fucking does is work out,
And lift
he's
weights and
not
stuff?
cardio on a
Yeah, because
treadmill.
he's where that like you're gonna be eating food through a
Feeding
pan.
too.
You can eat food through too.
And it's crazy because he's a really nice guy.
Yeah, really good. dude.
Could come to a family function.
I've seen him get down one
Yeah,
time.
bro,
But you
remember
piss him off?
Yeah.
He
He
told us
just
about
turns into
He
the
told
other
us about that
form.
road rage incident. He said somebody cut him off. He said he caught up to dude and told him we could meet at the next exit. And he said dude was acting like he couldn't hear him. I was like, I've never been that mad.
I was mad at myself, right? So yesterday, that happened.
Oh, you had a little road rage?
And I tell myself not to do this because the road could be very dangerous.
Yes.
Mhm.
So I was disappointed in myself that I did it. But the reason it got me to the point is because I had my dog. My dog is like my kid.
Yeah.
If I'm in the car and I'm going, I know me. I'm not the fastest person on the road, but I'm also not the slowest. I'm going 10 miles over, buddy. And we had a car in front of us that kind of forced me to have to. So once the car was slowing down, I'm about to go around. Dude already going around. So I'm like, you was finna hit me. And my dog is sitting on my lap. She just had got her hair cut. So she just sat on my lap and was going to bed. So I look over, bet. Now I'm on your ass. So now I'm following him throughout the same. We on Main Street, so I'm not on no neighborhood following him or no shit like that. But I'm trying to get next to him to let him know, don't ever in your life do no shit like that again. You will get fucked up out here. Just want to let you know that. It's excuse my language, kids at home. This bitch gonna get off the main road and stop at a little you dig, so we couldn't really see each other. But I'm almost at the point where I'm finna get neck to neck. He gonna turn off into the some fucking mechanic shop. Oh. But I'm like, yeah, if you gotta do all that, don't be doing that, bro. Because if you do some shit where my dog gonna be hurt, I'm fucking you up. If you hit my car and mess my car up, we gonna go through the insurance and everything. But if you fuck with my dog and they well-being, I'm fucking you up, dog.
Yeah, dude almost hit me the other day because I'm getting onto the highway, and usually with the highways, it's like two little.
You have to merge. You have to
merge.
You have to
one.
let the person merge.
And it's not like I'm just by myself. We're two cars. There's literally a line of cars, and like the lines is coming. I actually was there first too. Anyway, he's trying to make it. He's trying to make the cut, and I'm like, bro, you about to cause a whole accident.
Yeah.
Something
for
happened
like
to me
a half a
last
second.
week where I'm sitting in the middle of the street where you were getting ready to turn, right?
Yeah. You gotta wait for the traffic to go. Yeah.
So the light turns red. I don't turn. You know why I don't turn? Because I see this damn minivan coming, speeding. He switched to the left lane and he's gunning it.
Which would have had y'all head to
I
head.
would have got T-Bone head to head. The car behind me gonna honk at me.
Like,
hard as hell.
That's the shit where I'm like, I have to remind myself every day, road rage is not worth it. Yeah. It can lead to some crazy shit. But that's the shit we like. I turn around like, bitch, what the fuck was I supposed to do? Yeah. I'm finna put my life in jeopardy so you can get somewhere 30 seconds quicker.
In my mind, I'm like, yo, you should have turned. You should have just turned right
Go
back.
ahead, then,
go.
Superman.
Let that minivan, they would have crashed
Clark
right into your ass.
Go ahead, Clark Kent. The same thing you said happened to me yesterday, though. But I was like, I had already had that situation, so like, no road rage. Let them have it. But you know what I walked away? I said, oh, I see why your car fucked up.
That's my favorite thing.
Their car was messed up. I see why. Because you're not going to let me anytime you learn to drive, that's the thing. When I'm in this lane, and this is an entrance or exit, there's going to be some type of congestion at some point.
Yes.
You have to accept that you have to let somebody merge. If you're trying to be in a rush, you shouldn't be in this lane.
Yes.
Because I have to let somebody merge. So I'm getting on, and they're literally speeding. We're about to really hit each other. But I'm like, I have no time to get in an accident, and I'm not saving nobody. Somebody already hit my car before. I ain't saving nobody. You hit my car, I'm not getting out to talk to you. I'm taking down your license plates, and I'm going to roll my window down. You can tell me your number information. No. And I'm going to let Progressive come out here and they gonna handle it. I'm not talking to nobody. I'm not doing nothing. No. You can't give me no money. Shout out to Flo. You can't give me no money, no nothing. I don't care how much trouble you can be in. I don't want to hear shit.
I told you I had a dream where somebody hit me. They talking about they finna pay for my car with cash.
No.
I said, bro, I need that information.
Yes.
Bro. I can't go.
No, I'm not going at all.
I remember I got hit in my old car. Mike was in the car with me
remember
at the red light, and there was a lady from Macedonia. She said, I just came to this country. I don't want no trouble with the police. And I was like,
you took the cash though.
yeah,
right?
I took the cash.
The old me would have heard it. But when that dude hit my car.
Look what you did to my trunk.
That's what we told him he should have said, because this one he had like his trunk was
right, it was messed up.
It was bent. And that's what he was like, he could have got some money off that. Because we was like, we had to be just out of high school at this point.
Dude hit my car while it was parked. I tried to be nice, give the benefit of the doubt, and then tried to do a whole wraparound. It didn't work, but it was just the point of me trying to give you the benefit of the doubt. So now, if I ran into that situation, as much as I wouldn't want to be that guy, Macedonia lady, I got to be.
Her kids were with her too, bro. That shit was sad.
And I also was with you when we waited for Mike, who was way late. It's kind of your fault because you told us I'm finna be out in a minute and took 10 minutes, and the lady backed out and hit us. She was blue.
That parking lot was shit.
She was blue. But she was wrong. We was there for 15 minutes.
We were just sitting there, and then randomly she just backed up and just hit us.
And was mad at Darrick.
Saying, when did you get here?
The police came up. She was mad. The police like, hey. The police said, y'all good? Anything wrong? I was like, my knee hurting a little bit. She said, ain't nothing wrong with that boy damn knee. Because she hit my side. Right. But I wasn't saying like she did something to my knee. I was like, my knee hurt, but I'm all right. And she like, ain't nothing wrong with his damn knee. They just making up shit.
Hell no.
She was pissed, bro.
She was so mad, bro. And she backed up slow. Derrick was right there.
I was
like,
honking.
He was so,
Oh, you
yeah.
were hitting the
And he was
horn?
so close that when I, like, in my BMW, when I turn on my car, and I'm sure your car does the same thing, well, all of our cars, once something is right there, it makes the
Yeah, it
noise.
beeps.
Yeah. He was so close that as soon as she turned on that car and did reverse, it would have, I don't know if
Because,
she was
like,
in a car that
yeah.
had that. But
In the parking lot, obviously there's like the place where you park on the side, but in the middle where the people are driving, like there's enough space where one person can go one way for like two-way
it's
direction.
2 lanes, kind of.
So as he's going straight, like he's on the right side. They're parked on the right side too, so he's close to their car,
Yeah.
just parked.
Because he
And
expected
so-
you to come right out.
Yeah.
Right.
But that was crazy because I've never seen a accident happen where a person had no accountability. She could have definitely been like, damn, you know what I'm saying? But she was like, where did you come from? Ain't nothing wrong with them. It ain't that bad. Like, she did nothing wrong. She was just like, it's not her fault. And it's like, unfortunately, and Darrick wasn't even on that. He wasn't like, look at what you did to my car,
Yeah.
or you owe me money. But it was just the fact that she was so like, y'all fault. We like, hold up. Let's wait. Let's wait a second. Let's wait a second. Yeah, I think that's
That's a
it.
wrap,
Oh,
ladies and gentlemen.
how comfortable would y'all be? Because I got a little homie that hit me up. He wanted to come in for an episode, take some pictures. That's just what he do.
Like of us, or just
Yeah,
like,
just like, he'll be sitting in the back like Christian do, but he goes to EJ school, take pictures of EJ. Real cool dude.
Okay.
I obviously wouldn't bring a fanboy in here
Yeah.
who would be doing the most, but he just wanted a little opportunity. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, hey, young guy taking his little crap serious. But I'm like, let me run it past my guys because he's going to be on Christmas break. I ain't want to
I'm cool with it.
walk in one day
No,
with
he can't
a
come.
teenage boy in here and y'all like, what the hell?
I don't care.
Bring them on.
Bet.
If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to leave it a like and subscribe. And we will see y'all on Tuesday, baby.
Yeah.
What day is Tuesday going to be?
Tuesday?
It's the 14th or is today the 15th?
14.
Today's the 14th,
17.
15th, 16th, 17th.
Christmas is almost here, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I got to start Christmas shopping, brother.
Love y'all. We'll see y'all soon.